All right, we are back. Episode 103. This is the show about nothing, radio show about nothing. And if you are tuning in for the first time, please stop, like, comment, subscribe. If you're tuning in for the second time, you should already know. So you should already like, comment, and subscribe. Don't make me ask twice. But we are back. Appreciate you guys. Post-championship weekend. Of course, it's your boy Ish in the building. To my left, co-owner, co-creator, co-founder, whatever you want to call it. D-Rock in the building. Go ahead, talk to him.
Yeah. And we just got an LLC, so this is officially co-owned. You feel me?
Black ownership.
Owned. You feel me? What
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying? You know what I'm saying? When you say it's in Vegas this year, it's written off.
Yes,
you
sir.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But welcome back. As it said, please like, subscribe, and comment.
For
and we
sure.
haven't said this in a really long time, but I think it's very important we say this after championship weekend. Salute to the women.
Salute to the women, baby.
Salute to the women.
Salute
man.
to the women,
Especially
man.
the women of Atlanta,
Yeah.
as always.
Yes.
We love you guys. We appreciate you being here. We have an excellent show for you. It's a lot to get to, but I first want to give my condolences to DJ Unk and his family.
1000%.
DJ Unk, if you guys don't know, if you've ever heard Walk It Out, that's DJ Unk.
Yep.
That's all him. If you ever heard any of the remixes, that crazy Andre 3K verse, you can thank DJ Unk. So rest in peace to him.
Staple in Atlanta for real.
Staple in Atlanta, man.
Yeah.
Atlanta is taking some hits, taking some losses this year,
Yeah.
but we still got Future carrying us, man.
That's
we
a
still got
fact.
Future carrying us, so we gonna be all right at the end
Yeah,
of the
man.
day. But it's been a lot going on, man. It's
Yeah.
been a lot going on. This football season has meant so much to me.
Right.
I have spent so much time watching football, watching shows, First Take, First Things First, the show
Right.
about nothing, et cetera, et cetera. Just
Yep.
watching shows that talk about football, explain football, trying to get a better knowledge of it. Shout out to Darren Orlowski. I watched a lot of his
Yep.
film, a lot of his breakdowns from the quarterback perspective, because I think that's the most important perspective to understanding football. So
Yep.
just a lot of greatness. So I wanted to ask Ish before we got into the obvious, the Super Bowl. and
Yeah,
this,
I
that,
know
and
you
the
guys
third.
can't wait.
Like, what just has been your favorite moment,
Yeah.
plays, just like our literal play calls from Steve
Right.
Spagnuolo and his crazy
Yeah.
blitzes? Like, what
Yeah.
has been just some things that have stood out to you throughout this season?
I think still probably one of the funniest moments, and it will always stick out to me, is the ending of the Bears Commanders
Dog.
game. It's such a fork in the road moment for both teams, kind of.
Nah, for real.
It's
For
like
real.
it's like Jaden Daniels, Caleb. Oh yeah, what a great battle! Caleb came out on top, and then the fans are like begging whatever random corner that name is. Please, bro, turn around. They hiked the ball, bro. Please. Like, it's not like they hit the 20, like they hit the 50-yard line. Throw the helmet. Like, bro, please turn around. And that being such a funny moment because, like, one team goes on to go to the NFC Championship. Other team, you lose 5 or 6 straight, get your coach fired. Like,
And the thing about the play that made it even funnier to me was it's like one thing to be completely out of the play the whole time
Yeah.
and walk over there late.
yeah.
He noticed the play started after the 17th. Please turn around.
Yeah, literally.
He noticed and just took off in a full sprint. Like, tunnel vision. Gotta get there. Gotta get there. And just jumped with everything in him and swatted. And he's the reason bruh caught the ball.
Swatted that shit right into his hands, bro. Oh, my God.
Like,
it's so funny,
you
bro. I'm
don't
almost crying
get
right
funnier
now,
than that, bruh. Shout out to
Yeah.
Tariq Stevenson, man. And in fact,
The closest George Pickens will ever get to play at DB. Like, that is when George Pickens played DB. That is exactly what it will look like.
excellent cop. Excellent. But my favorite game from the season, I'll start with that, was the first game of the season. I felt
yeah.
like that game really set the tone for the season.
Yeah, for
had
sure.
me thinking the Ravens was going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Had me thinking Kansas City was going to the Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
I ain't know what was going to happen. But
Listen, that felt like Steph and LeBron. Like,
Yes.
It felt like they finna duke it out for the next decade.
yes, bro. That was an amazing game, opening game to start the season. My favorite, story, because the narratives are all about the NFL, the Lions this year. I was really that we didn't get to talk about the divisional round, so we'll jump into that in a second. But that loss hurt me for Detroit, like truly, because their season, because they didn't deserve that. Like that wasn't like
they were just so decimated,
bro.
on
It wasn't like the
defense.
number 1 seed folded. It was
Yeah.
just like, bro, like what you want us to do?
It's got nobody left. Bro.
They had 500 yards of offense, bro.
Yeah, they had like 4 corners on the team. Like on the whole team, they had 4 DBs.
Bro, like they was pulling practice squad players from other teams' practice squad to come play. Like it was a mess. So, but that story, just watching I think I told Barry this. Like Barry and his love for Detroit sports and how he really keeps up with them makes me want to be a better fan. I know. I don't know if y'all ever told y'all if you've been listening for a while, you know. But if you just tuning in, I'm the worst fan of any guy ever, bro.
Very fair weather fan.
Like, I love Atlanta sports. So, like, if you ask me, like, who are my teams, it's always Falcons, Hawks. Yep. But it's like,
it's like, yeah, well, they didn't win, so.
Well, where's Lamar Jackson playing?
Yeah,
where's Steph Curry?
Literally.
Probably going to pay more attention to that. But watching Detroit, their fan base, and everybody get behind them a year after Michigan had won, and then as Detroit is coming on and Cade, and all of them are coming into their own, and it's like, okay, Detroit is
good.
making a little noise. So watching them lose in that playoff game did hurt, but that story throughout the year was phenomenal.
I think if I had to pick one, it's got to be, and of course we're going to talk about this later, but the nuclear arms race in the AFC. Like, every year it's like one of these four titans is going to go on a run. And you're hoping you don't get in the way of that.
Yes.
It's like, oh my, is this the best Ravens team we've ever seen? Probably. Is this the best Chiefs supporting cast Mahomes has ever had? Maybe. Josh Allen, best year ever. Stop turning the ball over. Crazy. And somehow Joe Burrow's playing better than all of them passing the ball all at once.
And can't win again.
And Jamar Chase is the triple crowd. Like, it's so much going on in the AFC. Just like everyone is just trying to get just a little bit better. And it's just so many connecting storylines of like, all right, well, this guy beat this guy, but this guy can't beat that guy. Like, that's definitely my favorite thing to follow throughout the year.
I completely agree. I want to go to some bad teams too, to give some props. The way that Drake May emerged, and not a social team. The way Bo Nix emerged this year, the way
rookies
the Rams' young defense was able to come together and look like, damn, can they beat the Eagles? Like, by the end of the season.
Facts.
Just the young talent throughout the league coming into the league more NFL ready than we have ever seen before has been a real sight to see, because now you looking at Shador and Cam Ward next year like, what you got?
Maybe.
What you got? Maybe. Like, we don't went best rookie season ever, won a wild card game, division round. Then we went, best rookie season ever, won a wild card game, won a divisional round game, lost an NFC Championship. So it's like, what's the ceiling for rookie quarterbacks now? What can we expect from them coming in?
And not even just rookie quarterbacks, because we're not going to talk about too much college stuff right now, but of course everyone is looking like, hey, can Jeremiah Smith reclassify? we saw the best rookie wide receiver season just a couple years ago with Jamar Chase.
Yes.
Players are coming out so good now.
Yes.
It's like those teams who are one guy away or one or like right on the border. Like, you got a good roster, but you need a QB. Man, you hit that QB. Like,
it's we right there.
Man, Washington just played in the NFC Championship game.
Hey, let's preface this with something. In the NFC.
In the NFC. Yeah, that's a fact. In the NFC. If you're an NFC team, like, for sure. Like,
you have a chance. But also, speaking of college football, and this doesn't really have anything to do with what happened this NFL season, but I'm interested to see how this draft is lining up. Interested to see what happens with Travis. You bringing up Jeremiah Smith brought me to him. I'm interested to see where Travis falls. I hate the draft order personally, because I wanted Cam Ward, Shador, and Travis all to go to like big markets, New York's, Dallas, all of that. So one of them going to the Tennessee Titans. Like, come on.
Like, it's going to be Cam Ward. I'm sorry to tell you, Cam. It's going to be you, Cam Ward.
Hey, Coach Prime has called somebody.
Yeah.
He's called somebody and said, that boy is not going to Tennessee, but y'all better make a move. So I'm interested to see how Travis does this year along with the rookie quarterbacks. What else? Is there anything else that is...
of course, my personal favorite. Oh, my God, this is... Because we're going to talk about the hate watch later for the Bills. And, of course, a one-game hate watch, that's like I'll put that on the calendar. Like, for years, I've hate watched the Bills at this time of year. And we used to do it with the Rockets. Like, you used to hate watch the Rockets every
legendary
year. But it's something like a season-long hate watch. It's like a real, you take your time with it. Like a real good bottle of wine.
You feel me?
Like, watching the Jets be exactly the team I thought they was going to be was like the gift that never stopped giving. Like, every Sunday, it just felt like a little secret gift. Like, I'm excited to watch all the other teams. It's like, Aaron Rodgers has 100 yards in 3 quarters. Like, it was just so like, it just warms my heart. It just warms my heart, especially because he's in my division. Like, I hate the Jets. I hate you. It all worked out. Like, it's a shame you drug Devontae into this, though. Shame on you for that.
Shame on you. I one more before we get into these games, and this will bring us right into our next topic. I really grew. Actually, let me start with this and then get to what I was about to say.
Okay.
Hey, clap it up for running backs.
Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Y'all tried to play these running backs last offseason.
Like that wasn't important.
And the crazy thing is just, I know we've been doing the show forever.
Yeah.
They did this like the year or year after we started the show. Like 5 or 6 years ago, they tried to do the exact
Every couple
same
years they
thing.
try it. Every couple years
they be like,
try it.
running backs don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
You can just plug in John Taylor and he's gonna run for 1,000 if you gotta go. Like, no.
Yeah.
Great running backs drastically changed teams.
Yep.
Which brings me to what I was about to say and get to my team. I grew a whole new appreciation for Derrick Henry. I knew who Derrick Henry was because when I was in high school and middle school, I watched a lot of college football, so I watched a lot of Alabama Derrick Henry. So I knew the monster he was. Right. But watching him in the NFL for 19 games, I think it was, 19 games, 20 games, I really, really grew to like, this is why Tennessee was in the playoffs every year. Yeah. Because you guys I don't know if y'all remember, Ryan Tannehill was his quarterback.
They went to an AFC Championship game.
Mike Vrabel was his coach. Yep. His offensive coordinator was Arthur Smith. Ish came in here for 2 years and was like, Arthur Smith got a job because he knew to give Derrick Henry the ball.
Literally. Literally. Arthur Smith's still getting jobs right now.
Because he knew to give Derrick Henry the football. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Revelation. So, Derrick Henry been getting the ball, and that's been getting offense coordinator jobs for a long time because, quick side note, Nick Saban was on the pivot and was like, when he first got to Alabama, they was working on pass protection.
He didn't know
how to do it. And he walked up to Nick Saban and was like, Coach, all I did was high school was they said, get a ball to him going right, or get a ball to him going left, and I got the ball. I don't know how to do none of this.
He said pass protection. He said, we go pass? Like, Coach, they handed me the ball off 40 times. Like,
I don't know nothing about pass protection, bro. Like, so just a whole new appreciation for Derrick Henry, the monster, the machine he is. Watching a running back, Saquon does this as well, but watching a running back get stronger as the game goes on, and it's because he's running just as hard as he is when it was 15 minutes up in the first quarter, but you don't want to tackle like you did when it was 15 minutes up in the first quarter. Watching that is...
It's almost hard to just compare to another sport.
Yeah.
The pleasure I see, not even at the ending games, at the beginning of games.
Yes.
When niggas start, like it be the first play versus the Ravens, and niggas get Derrick Henry for 1 yard, niggas get him, twin, niggas start celebrating.
It ain't sweet today.
Yeah. Patrick Queen, we saw you, though. We saw you, though.
Saw you, big brother.
Niggas be fresh off that deal. Listen, that money guaranteed. Niggas don't dive at that leg no more.
No, they got a vacation plan because they knew they was leaving.
Yeah, for sure.
Straight. I'm straight.
If we lose this week, I could get 2 weeks. But if we win, I gotta stay at the office. My girl can play. Like, it's a lot going through you. Listen, you gotta be. Listen, for one thing, you gonna have to be motivated to hit Derrick Henry late in games. But I definitely, you hit Derrick Henry. I feel the same way for Saquon. Just running backs in general, but Saquon so vindicated because he tried to be the good guy.
Yes.
I tried to do the franchise tag, earn my deal, prove my worth. I want to stay in New York. And then y'all crapped on me anyway, said I didn't matter, paid one of the worst quarterbacks ever, one of the worst deals ever. And then I went to another team in the same division. And now I'm the most valuable player in the league out of any non-quarterback. It's crazy.
That's beautiful.
And you know what's crazy? I was watching the NFC Championship game, and I was like, man, them Saquon CMC arguments look so funny. Because them arguments look crazy last year. Everybody was like, they are not, da-da-da, Saquon, da-da-da, everybody cool. Saquon looks just as good as Christian McCaffrey, if not better.
Hey, what happened when San Francisco got Christian McCaffrey?
Went right to the Super Bowl.
What happened when the Eagles got Saquon Barkley?
Right to the Super Bowl.
So running backs matter?
Best offense in the NFL. Those teams went from couldn't get over the top. Eagles and 49ers both had Super Bowl L's on their resume. It's like, what do we need? Oh, the best running back in the NFL.
Brock Purdy was a possessional. If again, I still
one remembers coin toss away.
Kyle Shanahan, dumbass, didn't know the Super Bowl rules. Yo, Brock Purdy might have won the damn game. against Patrick Mahomes because of a running back.
Yeah.
But we spent the whole offseason talking about how running backs didn't matter.
Yeah, y'all definitely tried it. I don't think you can ever devalue a running back. I think in the NFL especially, like, because of, like, this is why I hate analytics. Because the nerds live in a world that is not attainable by these NFL teams. They're like, yeah, well, if you just have a good offensive line, fam, it's 3 good offensive lines in the league. It's 3 good league, and all them teams sucked to get those offensive linemen. Like, all those teams was terrible for years to get these offensive linemen. And, like, it's 3 good ones in the league. Either you were bad and got a good offensive line because you got good draft picks, or your coach is a great coach and can find offensive linemen. Exactly. The rest of these teams don't have good – the rest of these teams got 1 good offensive lineman.
And some of them – this is an forgotten position in the NFL, but – they're an offensive lineman coach, for those of you who don't know, for my beautiful women that are just listening, tuning in, wanting to get to know about sports. There are these things we call offensive lineman coaches. Yeah. The Jason Kelsey, shout out to him, always talks about the offensive line coach in Philadelphia and how amazing he is at understanding protections and things of that nature. So it's just right. Yeah. Personnel-wise, it's 3 to 6 good offensive line. Yeah. The rest of it is just phenomenal offensive line coaches and offensive coordinators scheming their offensive line to be able to be well in protection.
Literally.
So that brings us to the game that hurt me more than anything that has hurt me in a very, very long time. Hurt me worse than the AFC Championship last year, I'll be honest. Because the AFC Championship last year was the first year Lamar was just getting into his own first year with a new coordinator. I could live with it after a while.
And you really lost. Like,
you really lost.
It was like, it was a good game. You could have played better. They could have played better. But at the end,
you really lost.
Right. This one,
you really just
gave that up.
Just gave it away again. And if you guys go back and watch episode 1 or 2, you can actually just go watch the short. We posted that as well of the Buffalo Bills preview, Buffalo Ravens preview. Mm-hmm. I spoke so confidently about how the Ravens were going to win this game. Yep. And I didn't think I had to mention this. But there was one way for them to lose this game.
Yep.
And what is the way they lose games?
Beat themselves.
They beat themselves.
Yeah.
It's never the Ravens losing a game other than the AFC Championship against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the only team that genuinely just outright beats the Ravens. Mm-hmm. Every other time is they beat themselves.
Implode.
Every loss this year were beating themselves. Mm-hmm. Raiders beat themselves. Steelers beat themselves. Eagles beat themselves. Who else they lost? It doesn't matter. But they beat themselves consistently. Mm-hmm. And it is so frustrating to watch because Josh Allen had 148 total yards.
148 yards.
2 tush pushes for touchdowns.
Yep.
And they won the game because you handed it to them.
Literally.
My question to you is, who gets the most blame in that loss?
Okay. I like this. I like this because first it's a negative question, and I thrive on these. I'm going to go 97% Mark Andrews. And I'm going to say that last 3% for John Harbaugh. And for the people at home that are wondering why, well, Lamar fumbled in the first quarter, and he might have missed this throw or this tackle, or they let the Bills score. Like, everyone's trying to figure out why it's not Mark Andrews. Let me stop you right here.
It's Mark Andrews.
It's Mark Andrews. And this is why. I'm a fair guy, right? We figured out how to stop him in the second half. We came out, got a punch, scored. We got the ball. We're driving. We're going to make it I think they're going to go up 8.
It was 19-24. Yeah. They was finna go up 3.
Yeah, they was finna go up 3. I'm sure. I'm thinking about that first time. Mm-hmm. And you fumble. You trying to get extra yards. Biggest game of your life. Cool. Mulligan. Everybody. You ain't fumbled in 4 years. I'm reading that like, okay, it just happened. It was a great play. Shout out Matt Milano. Before we go any further, 1,000%. Shout out Matt Milano. Friend of the show. Great guy. Balled all playoffs.
Saved the 2-point conversion, too.
Saved the 2.
That when he batted down, that was a wide open pass.
Balled the whole playoffs, dealing with a bunch of injuries. Salute to you, Matt. Great guy, friend of the show. But I was like, all right, you know what? He ain't fumbled in 4 years. Cool. Mulligan. They are walking the ball down to score the touchdown to tie the game.
95-yard drive.
95 yards.
With both of you, with your number 1 and number 2 receiver.
Gone.
Because Bateman got hurt.
Gone. And all I'm thinking the entire drive is, please, nobody fuck up. No, listen, no holdings, no push-offs, no hands to the face, and no drops. They get all the way down to score. Now I'm really worried. Now I'm really worried because nothing's went wrong yet. Everybody. So the play starts. I told you what we was talking about. I said, the play starts. Lamar's rolling right. I said, thank God he's finna dive in the end zone. This is a QB power, the best rushing quarterback of my life. If y'all tackle Lamar in open space,
you deserve it.
Y'all win. Cool. He pulled a ball up to throw it. Now I'm thinking, please God be Isaiah Likely on the other end of this pass. Please God be Isaiah Likely. And now it's happening so fast, I can't tell if he caught it. I don't care. I can't tell if he got his feet down. And you just see the ball like just roll out. Oh my God. The heartbreak. It's like you could feel everyone just go, oh man. Like you just, that's such a sad way to go out. That is such, because we're all thinking, oh yeah, we going to OT. These two quarterbacks playing at their best. This is exactly what we thought the game was going to be. And then Mark, like you can't, especially you, my nigga, like you just made the mistake to get him back in the game. You can't be the one to lose. Yeah, that was heartbreaking. Mark Andrews getting 97% of that.
All right, blame for me. I go 60% Mark Andrews, 20% Lamar, 20% coaching / the pass interference.
Okay.
Actually, let me change that. 10% Lamar, 10% that pass interference. Okay. Because that was not a pass interference. If anything, it was an offensive pass interference.
Absolutely.
I think it was a no call. In the playoffs, don't call nothing. Don't call that. If they both tried to go get the ball, couldn't get it. That's not a pass interference.
And that's a veteran corner, by the way.
Exactly. Yeah. That would have led to the field goal.
Yeah.
That would have led to the field goal, which means it would have been a 10-7 game.
Right.
No, that was their first touchdown. It would have been a 7-3 game versus a 7-7 game.
And it was just a weak call.
It was just a weak-ass call, bro. So that is 10% of the blame. I put 10% of Lamar, obviously 2 turnovers in the first half. Only 10% because he obviously made up for the turnovers. And I hate when y'all yes, the first turnover was nothing. It was a 3-and-out right after they got the ball in 3 minutes.
And that's not his. It wasn't his fault. Bateman's wide open and just runs the wrong route. Like, all right.
It's really that simple. Bateman is the worst case scenario that happens if Bateman runs his route is a breakup. Literally. It's like Taylor Rapp, shout out to him, gets over there and breaks up the pass. That's the worst case scenario if Bateman runs the right route, run the wrong route. All right, move on. Mm-hmm. The fumble was like 50% Lamar. You got to be smarter, but also 50% like 7 out of 10 times he makes that play. Yeah. 7 out of 10 times he jukes Lamar Hamlin. Yeah. Gets to the sideline, throws a touchdown, or runs for 15 yards. So it's like, I'm not going to tell you just to like, I'm going to get to this with Jalen Hurts in a little bit. You can't turn superhero mode off. Yeah. You either in superhero mode or you in conservative mode. It's very hard to flip back and forth between both of them. I've only ever seen Brady and Mahomes be able to do it for real at a high level. Yeah. So not really tripping.
We're going to talk about the Mahomes thing later because you just remind me of something too.
And the coaching.
Yep.
And the reason it's only 20% is because of 4 plays by Todd Monken. Mm-hmm. Number 1, 2nd and goal. Why are you running a play action on the 2-yard line when you have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson?
1,000%.
Why are you running play action on the 2-yard line when you have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, because even if they get we fooled them. It's 6 people in the backfield. It's like, okay, yeah, we're fooled. We're here already. Like,
okay. Secondly, the possession that came out of the half. This is how fucking etched this game is into my brain. I know by possession, by the half, where the yard line was. Over the 50-yard line, Derrick Henry had just went. Derrick Henry went 12 yards. They took him out. Justice Hill went 10 yards. Yeah. And then they took him out. Derrick Henry went another 12 yards. Mm. Instead of leaving Derrick Henry in, letting him finish possession like they did against the Steelers when they ran 13 straight times down their throat because you could tell they couldn't stop the run and you had them on your heels. You had them exactly where they wanted. If you would have just pounded, you could have ran 6 straight run plays. A read option, halfback power, read option, screen pass, touchdown. Instead, you've been running through the tackles and you've been running through your guards. You run a fake jet pitch. Yeah. And you run into their strengths because they have 5 defensive backs on the field. Yeah. So they're able to get to the edge quicker. The reason you were running through the tackle so well is because you had big on little. But you made it little on little, and you lost. Yep. Because they're prepared for that.
Yep. And you're big.
Terrible call.
They're faster than you.
And they're faster than you. Terrible call. It stalled the drive, and you had to settle for the field goal on the first possession when you should have went and got a touchdown.
Yep.
3rd and 4th, 2 2-point conversions. Derrick Henry doesn't touch the ball on either one of them. Lamar Jackson doesn't get a design on either one of them. How?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna add 5% more to that just because you motioned Derrick Henry out of the backfield. Don't you ever call no shit like that ever in your fucking life? Oh, we passed it. Yeah. Don't you ever call no shit like that ever again in your life?
Remember what we was just talking about? He looked at him. He said, "What is emotion?
What is emotion? You want me to motion out?
I've never done that before.
What? What the fuck? You know how long that practice must have been to teach that nigga to line up outside, point it to the fucking referee? Yeah, I'm on the line. Like, nigga, it took 40 seconds for that nigga to motion out.
The ref looked at him like, "You sure you're supposed to be over here?"
I hate that shit. You gonna motion him out? Come out in 5 wide, fuck, bro. Like it. Come out 5 wide.
Bro.
It's like 6 seconds for him to motion out there. I don't think they think he gonna run a route. Took him half the play clock is him running out there. Like one of the like.
So between those 4 play calls, and that's why the playoffs are so fucking amazing. Yeah. It's because every play matters. Mm-hmm. I'm detailing 4 plays.
Yeah.
And that 4 plays took Todd Monken's game plan from an A+ to a B-.
Right.
Because of those 4 plays. Yep. And the thing about him is he knows it.
Yeah.
I know he's sitting there watching the plays like, I can't believe it. I cannot believe I did this. Because you get in those moments, and we'll get to the Chiefs later, but this is what makes the Chiefs so great, is they never overthink anything.
Yeah, situationally.
Everything situationally is just like, nah, we're just going to do what makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, Todd Monken was like, oh, but I bet they thinking we're going to give it to Derrick again, and I don't know if I really want to warn Lamar, but I bet this play action works. I got him. I'm going to trick him. And it's like, no, just trust your guys. Your guys are your guys for your reason.
Yeah.
But then Mark Andrews happened. And Ish spoke about Mark Andrews, so I'm not going to spend another 5 minutes on that. But he gets most of the blame, and I will be quick. It's because Lamar Jackson, you're able to make up for that fumble. Even Mark Andrews, fumble. You had the opportunity to make up for it. Like, I think the fumble was a bigger deal than the 2-point conversion because I really, in my heart of heart, believe.
I don't think they score. I don't think the Bills score again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you go down and you score and get that 2-point conversion and go up 24-27 with a minute left, it was like 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. If that drive would have finished, it would have been like 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. I do not think the Bills score again because of how their offense was playing, the way the Ravens defense had locked in, and what I just explained is it's very hard to go from game manager control, keep everything simple, to, all right, got to go be a superhero, go get a touchdown. And especially when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, and you saw how he came out when he felt like he had to be the superhero, and they had to calm him down. Yeah. So it's like, it's no telling what decisions he would have made, what he would have done.
1,000%.
And then even if you would have scored, went and got a field goal, you would have had time left to go do what you do and win the game, or at least tie it. So that fumble was awful. But the 2-point conversion is worse, and is it's actually right. It's really 97% of the blame is because that one actually would have tied the game.
Yeah, it's over.
Everything else we're saying is hypothetical. Actually. Yeah, if Lamar doesn't throw this pick, then maybe they could have scored. Right. If Lamar doesn't fumble, then maybe they could. Yeah. If Mark Andrews doesn't fumble, then maybe this one was. Yeah. If you catch this, the game is tied.
Yeah.
And you drop it.
Yeah. And I love this phrase. I used this a couple times, playoff times on this show. It's crazy how long we've been doing the show, but finality brings focus. Whew. It's over.
Classic one.
That it's over. There's nothing left after that. If you watch Marvel movies, Star-Lord, after he messed up the little Thanos plan, did we just lose? Yes, Mark, we just lost. Yes.
Mark Ruffalo, Mark Andrews.
Yeah. Like, and you know what? I do want to say this because all you people being mean and saying crazy stuff about Mark Andrews and the broomsticks. That was it. I was going to defend him. I just wanted to shout out to him. Shout out to hate out there for that nigga dropping the bags.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Yeah, keep it up. Like,
but I will say, I fell for him. Like,
I felt so bad for him.
I felt really bad for him.
I felt so bad for him, bro, because like sometimes you really just drop that bitch. Sometimes the moment is just too big.
I feel bad for him because it's 14 years old. Yeah. I go, y'all know I went to private school, and I played football. Second game of the season. I'm 14 years old. Mm-hmm. Second best player on the team. We had the quarterback, nicest white boy I've ever seen in my life. Cold, cold as fuck for real. But second best player on the team, 14 years old. Mm-hmm. In the slot, it's 25 seconds left.
Yeah.
We got about 35 yards to go. They said, I can't remember the name of the play, but I had a post.
Yeah.
Ran my post to perfection. Kept my everything straight. Hit him with the whoo. Ran over the middle. I'm wide fucking open.
Yeah.
My nigga James, shout out James Heft, puts the ball right on me.
Yeah.
Whoo. Straight through my hands.
Oh, my God.
Straight through my hands. Straight through my hands. Get my shit knocked out.
Oh, my God.
14 years old. I'm 14 years old. We lose that game. I don't speak to anybody for an hour and a half after this game.
Yeah.
I never wanted to play college football. I never wanted to go to the NFL. I just was playing for fun. I think about that shit every month. Yeah. It never leaves my mind. I remember it every time I watch a football game and watch a person try to I think about it. Yeah. Like, it eats me alive. Yeah. So I can imagine.
Oh, yeah, no, he's going.
I was playing in front of 11 people at a private school. I can't imagine what Mark Andrews is going through right now. Like,
that is hard.
Oh my God,
that was my like initial reaction, especially because my sports life, I've seen so much like just absolutely gut wrenching losses, like just pure heartbreak. That's what you feel. Like you're not mad. You're not mad. Like initially, you're not mad at Mark Andrews. You're not mad at the play calls. You are legit. Like a part of you died on the inside.
No, for real.
Like that was it.
I'm not the same person I was
at all.
Not at all. Not at all. I told yesterday he was over here. I told him yesterday I just laid on my floor. I was just laying in the middle of my living room on a hardwood with my head down. Like I don't know what else to do. This is it.
Like I can't help him. Like it's over.
And then you get to Tuesday. This is a stage of sports grief. Yeah. But Sunday, you mad as the day it happened. You laying down. You in the dark. You don't want to watch the games for the rest of the day. Monday, you avoiding all TV. You can't watch TV Monday. Monday, you can't watch nothing. You can't get on social media because you can't have them talking about your partner. Tuesday, it's man, fuck them niggas. I don't even like football for real. I don't even like football for real. Wednesday, it's but why?
Why, Lamar?
But why, Lord?
Why, Lamar? Why are they? You starting to see commercials for other games? You're like, why are they still playing? Like, y'all took everything from me. Like
Thursday, you get to Thursday, you're like, all right, maybe I can cut the TV on. And then you hear that first, can you trust him, Mark? Never mind. Fuck him. Fuck Mark Andrews.
And that was the other side of it. I felt so bad because I was like, oh, Lamar. Like, they going to do it again. They're going to do it again, Lamar. They're going to watch a game you absolutely should have won. It's so funny. We talk about Josh Allen. They're going to watch a game you absolutely should have won and be like, see, I told you. Like, and a part of me, I do feel for Mark Andrews, bro, because, like, it is an easy catch, but it's a hard catch, too. Like, you're backpedaling, you're trying to get your feet in bounds. Mm-hmm. It's the last play of the season, maybe. Like, there's a lot going on.
It's not an easy catch. It's not an easy catch, but it's a catch a professional should make and should get blamed for.
1,000. And, like, Mark Andrews, like, fam, if you was Michael Holman, I would know he shot out my Pats fans who even know who that nigga is. That's one thing. You are Pro Bowl, All-Pro tight end Mark Andrews.
Lamar Jackson's favorite target. Like they ran that to him because they trust each other. Like, he got that connection. Yeah. He can trust him. Like, it was the reason that play wasn't ran to Likely. It wasn't because Likely isn't him. It wasn't because Likely don't got amazing hands. It was because we want to give it to our guy we trust the most.
And for the Ravens fans out there who had the stomach to watch that game and then continue to watch sports media, thank you for watching this. But that is a Ravens staple play. The Ravens run that for every 2-point conversion they ever need in the playoffs in the Harbaugh era. Yep. They've run it like 20 times. Yes. So everyone knew if we score, it's going to mark on that 2-point conversion. And that's a lot of pressure, bro. It's a lot of pressure. But again.
And part of me, that's why you got to give some of this blame to the coaching, because as coaches, you should know, bruh just fumbled.
Yep.
Bruh, his mental probably a little shaky.
Yep. They linebackers good.
I know y'all don't see the video everywhere. Yeah. We don't seen him drop this pass before.
Yep.
Likely just catches the touchdown. Likely's having one of his best games of the season. Let's just switch the play. Mark, you go to the back corner. Likely you run the flat route.
Right.
And instead of realizing that, they run it the same way and look at what you do. But at the same time, you can't be like, well, Mark Andrews is probably going to drop it. Like, what type of statement is that?
Listen,
that's why coaching is so like.
Listen, and I'm glad you said that because I'm just going to flex my Patriots knowledge. Another hidden factor of the Patriots Super Bowl, sometimes you got to tell that nigga sit down. Shout out Kyle Arrington, starting cornerback for the Patriots in the Seahawks Super Bowl. They put in, I don't know if you remember that tall wide receiver the Seahawks had.
Chris Matthews.
Yeah, he's had one important game in his life, and it was on Kyle Arrington. And Bill Belichick sat that nigga down and put somebody else in the game. Because, sometimes you don't got it, and that's okay because it's a team. We got you.
Yep.
That's why we got Isaiah Likely, in case you don't got, and that's cool.
Yep.
But, again, like you said, your coach got to be the nigga to say that.
Exactly.
And,
And I will end this before we get into what matters. I'll end this with the silver lining because I try to find glass half full every situation.
Yeah.
I trust Lamar more going forward.
Oh, I love the way Lamar looked.
The calmness and the coolness from Lamar in that second half was like, he just got to get a full game together.
Yeah.
I was like, the Ravens just have to get a full game together.
Yeah. And
we'll get into what I feel about the Ravens in 8 later.
Yeah.
But I trust him going forward. Like that, if he would have got timid and passive in that second half and they would have never came back in that game, we would have left that game like, all right, I really don't know if Lamar can get it together for the play. But him down 10-21 on the road, in the snow, no number one receiver. Number 2 receiver is hurt. So you're working with 2 tight ends and 2 receivers that were not on the team, literally, that were not on the team at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
You do all of that, and you go field goal, touchdown, finna score another touchdown, fumble, and then touchdown again, and a 2-point conversion you should have got. Like, I really trust Lamar. He was 11 for 12, 175 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the second half. Like you can't ask for much more.
1,000%.
So, but, hey, man, we had a classic last night.
Hey, man, listen.
Another one.
Listen, football fans so blessed.
We really are.
Football fans
went
so
from
blessed, bro.
Josh versus Lamar and CJ versus Mahomes to Mahomes versus Allen. Like, we are blessed. We are motherfucking blessed.
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, unless you've been living on the rock, if you watch football, you know the AFC Championship was last night. Buffalo versus Kansas City, for the 4th year in a row, second time it was in the AFC Championship they met, and we get the same result. All right. Before we get into anything in the hard-headed questions, I got some stats to read off about Patrick Mahomes because I want to start this off with, and maybe this can be the episode, the title for the episode. Stop taking greatness for granted.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. I love that.
Stop taking greatness for granted. Yeah. Because y'all did it with Brady.
Yep.
Y'all did it with Kobe. And y'all do it with Braun.
And I'm glad you said Braun because I was definitely one of them niggas who took greatness for granted.
And for that matter, y'all do it with Steph and KD too. Matter of fact, I add them 5 in there. Stop taking this shit for granted. Yeah. What Patrick Mahomes has done over the 7 years he has been starting is astronomical.
Listen, if your kids watch football, they're going to ask you about Patrick Mahomes.
Dog, like, if you would have told me and Ish in 2017 that some dude at Texas Tech was going to come out and in 7 years go to 5 Super Bowls and 7 AFC championships, we would have laughed you out of the room.
It's impossible to think about.
It's impossible to even fathom this happen.
Yeah, no, it is impossible. It's
laughable,
bro. Like
7 years, Patrick Mahomes has been to 5 Super Bowls. 7 years.
5 in the last 6 years has never been done.
5 of the last 6 years he's been in the Super Bowl. 7 straight years he's been in the AFC Championship. That's his floor.
That's his worst season.
His worst season is losing in the AFC Championship game in overtime.
Yeah.
His playoff record is 17-3.
2 of them losses is Tom Brady.
2 of them to Tom Brady, 1 of them to Joe Beasley. 17-3.
And I'm glad you mentioned how we took Tom Brady greatness for granted. And I'll accept y'all apologies because if it wasn't for Tom Brady, that nigga might have 7 rings already.
My nigga.
He might have 7 rings by now if it wasn't for Tom Brady. Like
he's second all time in playoff wins at 29. He's second all time in playoff wins. He's 29 years old.
That shit is ridiculous.
He has 17 straight one-possession game wins. They're 17-1 this season.
That shit is ridiculous.
All time.
Yeah. In one-possession games.
Dog. He's won 9 straight one-possession playoff games. He's won 9. They've won 10 straight playoff games.
Listen. I love that Mahomes is getting to this, like, and it's crazy. We're gonna talk about him being the Michael Jordan comparison, but we always say the more you look at Mike, the more ridiculous it went. So I'm a see your one possession, and I'm gonna raise you. I think it's like 9 straight come from behind wins.
Oh, I got it. Hold on.
Okay. You got to come from behind.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Don't worry, twin. I got it.
Because it's like, man, how do you beat this team? Well, it's like, yeah, we'll got to get the lead. Well, they're better when they're losing. So how do we hold the lead? Because somehow he's the best player in the league throughout the whole game. And if you manage to take the lead at any point, he's the best player ever for the rest of the game.
Dog.
It's ridiculous how, like, he has changed the way teams, and shout out Stunner, because niggas told me teams just play teams. Teams don't play quarterbacks. But you can visibly see the difference between people who play the Chiefs and people who play everybody else, because, like, you kind of don't want to get in the shootout. Like, he's like, yeah, we kind of don't want to score 35 because we just got to keep giving him the ball back. Like,
listen, since the start of the 2019 postseason, the Chiefs have had 11 playoff drives in the fourth quarter OT when down by a score.
Down by what score? Yep.
This is 11 drives.
Yep.
7 touchdowns, 4 game tying field goals. And since y'all gonna say it, penalties, none of those first downs were by penalties.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all got to cut that out.
The next one. This is what Ish was talking about.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes has trailed in the fourth quarter in 9 playoff games. He has come back to win in 6 of them, forced OT in the 2 others before he lost. He has a 132 rating, 5 touchdowns, a touchdown run, went down 1 to 8 points in the fourth quarter of an OTR playoff game, and he has leading scores on 13 of 14 of those drives.
Ridiculous.
That doesn't make any sense.
He is. It's hard to really put in perspective how good he is. Like, I saw a tweet that was like, describe Patrick Mahomes in NBA terms. It was like, all right, if Steph Curry was 6'6".
Like, none of this makes sense.
It's like he's the best at everything.
At everything.
And listen, thank God Lamar's so fucking fast. Thank God Lamar is such a good runner. Because when it comes to, and I really want to close the case on this argument, it's either Lamar, Mahomes, or no one else. The most talented QB argument is over. Mahomes is the best quarterback at everything that you need to do as a quarterback, and he don't even need to do it all the time. We talked about our favorite play calls this year. So Patrick Mahomes dislocated his kneecap on a QB sneak a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Since he's dislocated his kneecap, the Chiefs have called 3 design runs in 6 years. So when he decides to call the design run, they go pistol from the 15. Andy Reid go pistol from the 15. They go read option 2 lead blockers, and he trucks your DB into the end zone. It's like, oh, yeah, I can do that Josh Allen shit, too. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm also a giant nigga, by the way.
No one knows that nigga's 6'4", 240.
Yeah, I forgot. He's huge. Like, he got a dad body. Yeah, he a heavy nigga. Like, he not out there like a little guy. Like, he's a heavy dude. Just what we have seen him do on the football field, and, like, time flies. Fam, do you know how ridiculous a 3-peat is in football? They haven't lost a playoff game in, like, 700 days.
Before we get to it, I want to rattle off one more thing, because this is just like tip of the cake, and then it leads to the conversation of the 3-peat. This is total playoff rankings. Yeah. For everybody that's ever played.
Ever.
He's 29 years old, 7 seasons in.
Yeah.
Wins, second behind Tom Brady.
Yep.
Total touchdowns, 50 in 7 seasons, second behind Tom Brady. Game-winning drives, 7, second behind Tom Brady. Yep. Fourth quarter comebacks, 2nd, 6th behind Tom Brady. Super Bowl MVPs, 2nd, 3 behind Tom Brady. Yep. Super Bowl appearances, 2nd behind Tom Brady. Super Bowl wins, tied 4th behind Joe Montana, Tom Brady, and one more person I'm forgetting. That doesn't compute with my brain. I don't know what dude did.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in Patrick Mahomes' senior sperm. Pause.
No, he's so
I don't know.
He's so good, the devil magic jokes are actually funny. Because he's perfect. He's perfect.
Like, dude.
He's a perfect quarterback.
Back to the three-peat.
And I want to say this, and we're going to talk about can you throw this thing back up? And we're going to talk about, like, how do we feel about the three-peat just as it looks in history, and would he pass Brady? I will speak for the Patriot section fan of the show, where I will always believe Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback we are ever going to see, just because winning 7 rings, like, no team has 7 rings.
Yeah,
like, he's more successful than the rest of the league.
Just stupid.
He has no peers. But Mahomes is better than him at football. It's hard to argue opposite now, especially when you notice what I noticed, because I watched Brady for so long. So in the second quarter, when Mahomes is under center and they're not even passing, and he leaned over and go, "Hey, safety's coming," I start to realize it's already too late. Because when he was winning MVP, 55 touchdowns, 5,000 yards his first season, no rookie, no first-year stumble, no second-year wall. He was doing that, not reading defenses. He went on record like, man, I really don't know what is out there. Now that he knows what y'all doing, it's too slow. It's too easy. And that's what we're going to talk about the dynasty right now. Too often, like, we're attributing mistakes other teams make versus the Chiefs to, oh, the refs are cheating. Oh, it's fake. The other 31 billionaires want this one billionaire from Missouri to win. Like, the Missouri market is dominating the NFL. It's obviously rigged. Like, bro, give it a fam. You want to know why the Chiefs keep beating everyone? It's because that 4th and 1, that's the biggest play of your life. No one's going to touch Patrick Mahomes on that run. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years there has been a 4th down conversion that was to win the game, and there's no one that touched the Chief player. They have ran that same boot because they ran it versus the Eagles.
Sure did.
Dog, they are better than you situationally. On offense, like, just to break it down, if this is the best team ever, because, I mean, listen, they're on a short list already.
Yeah, for sure.
On the short list of best teams already, it's like, all right, we need you, our defensive coordinator, to prepare for Andy Reid off a bye. Like, okay, all right, let's do that. And then offensive coordinator, you need to prepare for Steve Spagnuolo, who might be the best defensive play caller we have ever seen.
I don't think it's a might anymore.
Yeah, but dang it, the best defensive play caller we've ever seen. If you need his resume, go look up the Randy Moss, Tom Brady Patriots offense and stop that. That is his resume. I don't even got to keep going after that.
I think defensive play caller, we can have a conversation. Yeah. I don't think it's a question. He's the best big game defensive coordinator we've ever seen.
That's big moment.
Like, this motherfucker is different, dog.
Big, the stone. Listen, let's clap it up for Steve Spagnuolo. Listen. The stone's on you, pal, to play the way you do on defense. So it's like, all right, on offense, we got to deal with the best blitz scheme in the league, possibly the best corner in the league, maybe the best defensive tackle in the league, and a play caller who is going to absolutely destroy anything we try to do. And things we've been counting on all year, he been watching like, I bet I could blitz you during that. Like, plays we like, I bet I could slam a corner right through there. Like, and then somehow, if your coaching staff is up to the challenge of meeting Andy Reid on offense and sustaining drives versus his defense, you got to outplay Patrick Mahomes situationally. And there has not been a team that could do it. There has not been a team that could do it since Tom Brady did it in 2019, I think, in the Chiefs. Because the year they won it with the Bucs, that was like just a mismatch. You didn't have to outplay them situationally. They couldn't block anybody. But 2019, you saw what you need to do to beat Mahomes. And you know what Tom Brady did? 3 straight 3rd and 10s overtime walk-off. If you are not going to move like that at the end of the game, you're not going to beat Mahomes. You're not going to beat Mahomes. And Daniel say it all the time, if you're not going to be a superhero, you're not going to win. And if for the people who've been listening all year, when we did the season predictions, I said Josh Allen's going to be a great player. He's going to play. I hope he plays safe. He's probably going to have his best season. But you cannot beat the Chiefs like that. And you can't.
You can't.
You just can't.
Which leads me to my next point. And we'll get into the game a little bit. But I left that game and I texted Ish after and I texted my brother after and I said, it's got to be 8.
It's got to be 8.
Like, it's no one else is doing it.
Nope.
No one else is doing it. Burrow might be able to do it because Jamar Chase is that good.
Right.
Like, him and Jamar Chase are so good together. Yeah. But I will say, T. Higgins leave.
Without T.
Without T, I don't know.
Right.
Without T, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it has to be Lamar. Mm-hmm. No one is, and I'm talking about AFC wise because Super Bowl, like I said, we'll get to more next week with a team like the Eagles, maybe. But in the AFC, it has to be Lamar because you have to be such a superhero. It's like you damn near can't have the game close. And I think Lamar and the Ravens are the only team that have the personnel to get up 10 and then give it to that freight train back there and control the clock for the fourth quarter. And survive.
Get out of there.
Get out of there. Yeah. So I think it has to be 8. It's going to have to be Lamar. If it's not Lamar, we might watch this motherfucker go to 7-8 straight Super Bowls. I ain't saying he's going to win all of them, but they might just keep going if Lamar or Joe Burrow don't figure some shit out. It's not going to be C.J. Stroud. It's damn sure not going to be Justin Herbert. No. It's damn sure not going to be no other motherfucker that's over in the
Russell
AFC.
Wilson on the Steelers.
Russell Wilson on the Steelers. Who the fuck knows who the Raiders quarterback is? I don't even know who in the AFC right now. I'm so flabbergasted at what's going on. Like,
it might have to be Drake May in 5 years.
Maybe.
Throwing to Jeremiah Smith. Like, that's what we saying. Like, these niggas, like, that's so crazy. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow are all first ballot Hall of Fame talent. Should be the best quarterbacks of this generation. Can't nobody eat.
Can't nobody eat.
Can't nobody
Can't
eat.
nobody feel like Mike in the 90s. Can't nobody eat.
And that is what I'm glad you said that because that is where I wanted to go. Like, before we got right into the game it's been a lot of hate about stop calling Mahomes, Michael Jordan, da-da-da-da. Like, I'm a Pats fan. Niggas like, stop calling Mahomes. They go, da-da-da, Brady did all this. Fam, Mahomes has no peer in the NFL.
No.
Brady had peers in the NFL during his time. Brady went 10 years with a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers was winning MVPs. Peyton Manning was winning MVPs. Peyton Manning beat him in the playoffs. He had peers up until Peyton and Rodgers fell off. Mahomes has no peer. Mahomes has no rival. There's no rival for Mahomes.
No.
It's niggas that have other rivals. Lamar and Josh Allen, that's a rival. They keep beating each other. They were just 2-2 before that last game.
Mahomes, Joe, what they named? I don't know.
Lamar and Joe. And then this is what cherry on top for me of why I love Mahomes so much is because he just only wanted me to go. Like, he not interested in none of y'all little nigga arguments.
Nope.
Like, if Mahomes really wanted to see, like, bro, I'm the MVP. Why I'm not getting MVP? Like, he can make a big deal about not being MVP.
So good.
He not voted number 1 in the top 100 list.
Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he sends you a little tweet, cool, da-da-da. This nigga walked up to Josh and said, sorry, man. Sorry, it was us again.
I'm sorry it had to be us again.
Yeah, like,
what type of shit is that to say to a nigga, man?
After he became the first nigga to ever lose 4 straight times to one person. He's the only quarterback in NFL history to lose 4 times to one starter on the other side of the field. No one else has ever done that. He just did that, and that's just like a little side of his little. He's just a little side quest for Mahomes. So yeah, I remember Josh Allen. I remember that guy.
And the thing is, we acting like this Russell Wilson, our Bo Nix.
Yeah,
this is Josh fucking Allen.
Josh Allen, bro.
If Patrick Mahomes didn't exist, it would be a conversation of who the best quarterback in the NFL between Josh Allen and Lamar and Joe every day of the week.
They might all have a ring.
They might all have a ring.
They might all have a ring.
Like, that's how good this nigga is, and he just can't get it done. And that's my thing. And it's like people keep saying they feel sorry for him. And I promise I know we're rambling. It's because this is greatness. Like I know we're rambling. We're gonna get to some more focused questions in a second. Stay with us. We love you. Subscribe.
Facts.
I know people keep saying they feel sorry for Josh Allen. I don't either. Josh Allen last year had a chance, down 3, to go win the game, kick a field goal, was tie the game. Couldn't do it. This year, Josh Allen had a chance, down 3, to go win the game or to go kick a field goal and tie the game. He didn't do it.
Hey,
part of it, I do put on Joe Brady because James Cook, who niggas acted like wasn't a valuable player, and
it was so funny. Championship Sunday, all of a sudden he was the second best back in the league again. Niggas was okay saying that, like, oh, MVP voting over here. This might be the 3rd best back in the league behind Darius Hagel.
Oh, my God. But James Cook, 6 yards a carry, 100-something yards, and he doesn't get a run call on the biggest possession of the game when the running game had been working all game, and you had 1 minute and 50 seconds left, and you only needed 40 yards to get a field goal.
Yeah, ridiculous.
He was averaging 6 yards a carry. If you would have just ran him 3 times, you would only needed 22 more yards.
Literally. You only need 3. But
I don't feel bad for Josh Allen. It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah,
because,
it's sad.
like, as a sports fan,
Yeah.
as I just explained to you, my catch at Creekside, that's what I call it.
Yeah.
My drop at Creekside. But I feel bad for him because I understand, like, I mean, I feel sorry for him. But I don't feel bad for him. I'm not like, oh, Josh should have got it done. Oh, I'm like, he had the chance to get it done. This isn't like and that drop, we haven't even gotten to the drop.
Let's do it again.
I'm gonna be the first person to tell you, my nigga,
that's not a drop.
most niggas not catching that. That's
not
a
drop.
crazy
That's
catch
not
to
a drop.
Like,
We're going to break down the game.
He threw a punt.
Fam, we're going to break down the game. That is not a drop. Stop calling it a drop.
Stop calling it
a drop, bro.
Stop calling it a drop.
Okay. He's running to the sideline, had to turn around and dive at the ground. That's not a drop.
Like, that would have been a miraculous catch. Like, if he would have caught that pass, it would have been like, how the fuck did he turn around, get the body to control to catch that shit?
I just want to point out, they're comparing this to Mahomes throw. The Mahomes throw hit him in his face mask, by the way, not on the bottom of his feet. I just wanted to throw that out there.
The Mahomes or Lamar throw?
No, the Mahomes Super Bowl throw, that's like they're trying to compare.
Oh, yeah.
When Mahomes was sideways.
Yeah.
First of all, that hit him in his face mask.
Yes.
It didn't hit him
It wasn't short.
Yeah.
All right, but let's get into the game.
Yeah.
Let's get into the game. First, a few more stats.
Yeah.
Amongst his peers, like, of anybody that has started more than 10 games, Mahomes is first in win percentage, first in passer rating, first in completion percentage, and second in touchdown, the interception ratio, and second in yards per game. Yep. He is one touchdown behind Josh Allen, and that's only passing touchdowns, by the way.
Right.
Rushing touchdowns, he would be number one.
Yeah.
So, like, just dumb shit. Just dumb shit. All right.
Wow.
Let's take a breather. We just yelled about him for a while.
That's crazy. That's about. We did a lot of dick riding. Shout out to
that was great. That was great.
That was awesome.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll do some more later, probably.
Game. What made that game? Take it away. Let's take it back.
Right.
Why were the Chiefs able to control that game in the way they did? Because although Buffalo played great, Buffalo was in the game the whole time. It never felt like Buffalo was out of the game. What made you feel like the Chiefs were just in control of that game from start to finish?
I think the Bills were built flawed, so they played flawed. And I think that is the problem with the Chiefs is you can't have any flaws. You can't have any weaknesses. You can't have any holes because they are going to lean on those and expose you. The Bills rebuilt. They're in a rebuilding year, so Khalil Shakir is the number one. So Kansas City, like we said they would do, we're up at the line of scrimmage. We are pressing. We are jamming. All these crossers, all these rubs, all the mesh that Joe Brady, Josh Allen loves to run, where you can get him on the move. We're gonna take away all that. And if Josh gets outside the pocket, and this is the difference between playoffs and regular season, it's 4 niggas tackling you in the playoffs. That little, I love this in the regular season. When they keep the pile up and they push Josh 5 yards, that you notice you didn't see that this week. You notice you didn't see that. Because in the playoffs, defenders run in there too. Because defenders don't care if they get that flag.
Yep.
The regular season, you don't want to hit the QB. Listen, playoffs, listen, you are getting tagged, buddy. And they did the best job I've seen of any team, maybe in his career, of keeping him in the pocket and making him throw the ball.
Agreed.
And without that get-out-of-jail-free card, ironically, because Lamar gets such the running back, moniker because of what Lamar looks like and how he plays, no one ever gives that to Josh Allen. But they asked Josh Allen to, hey, we need you to play Joe Burrow quarterback the last 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. We got the ball. We need a touchdown. We know Spags is going to blitz you into the dirt. We need you to play quarterback up here. And he couldn't do it. The play we were just talking about, Dalton Kincaid, that play goes that way because Josh Allen did not run the play correctly. Yeah. That play is designed to, 1, beat blitz and beat man. 2, it's designed to keep Josh Allen protected. But because
he shifted the protection to the left instead of the right,
you shift the line the wrong way. And of course, this is why I think Spags is the best defense, is because no matter which way you shift, they're sending. So you're both kind of trying to guess which way he's going to shift. So they saw you shift, and the short corner up on the line of scrimmage went, and it spooked him. It spooked him, and if you know Josh Allen, if you know what Josh Allen loves to do, in your biggest moments, you are who you are. And what does Josh Allen do? He runs right. Yes. And he ran right into 2 blitzing DBs, and the game's over. We talked about how one possession versus the Chiefs changed the game. That is the problem with the Josh Allen ceiling is he has too much built-in margin for error. Like situationally, we talked about, like you asked, why were they able to control the game? Every situation, the Chiefs outplayed them. First drive of the game, Bills 3 and out, Chiefs touchdown. Last drive of the game, Chiefs score, Bills don't score. End of the first half, Chiefs sneak out. Every single possession where there was situational, the Chiefs executed amazingly. The Bills, 2 fourth-down failures.
All right. I'm glad you ended there. It's my favorite thing we do when we record. You ended there because that's where I wanted to start.
Yeah.
I say that the Chiefs won this game and that the Chiefs were able to stay in control of this game because of exactly what just ended with is situationally.
Yep.
They were better. And that is what we went through the Mahomes amazingness. Yeah. But let's get into Kansas City. Mm-hmm. Because what makes Kansas City so great is because of the even killness of their coach and their quarterback, they never feel like any moment is too big or too much. Yep. What you'll see happen in moments with mediocre teams or even really good teams, such as the Bills, the Ravens, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. When the moment comes, somebody tries to do too much. Yep. Somebody tries to do too much, and now you're out of your gap. Yep. Somebody tries to do too much, and now you overthrew it. Yep. Somebody tries to do too much, and now you missed a field goal.
Somebody tries to do too much, and now it's a zig.
Exactly.
You just gave him a touchdown.
So it's not that the Chiefs were just so much better. It's not the Chiefs that were just bigger, stronger, faster. It's that the Chiefs understand that execution in the biggest moments leads to wins. Yep. Execution in the biggest moments leads to win. Yep. It spoke about how you have a small margin of error with Josh Allen. Yeah. You have a large amount of error, room for error with Patrick Mahomes, but you never have to use it because he doesn't turn the ball over in the playoffs, and the defense doesn't make mistakes, and they usually cause you to make one.
Exactly.
Josh Allen fumbled 3 times this game. He didn't lose any of them, but he fumbled 3 times.
In one game.
And he threw 3 almost interceptions in the first 2 possessions.
Listen, the first play should have been an interception.
Lucky
that wasn't a
pick. The third play should have been an interception, and then the play on his next drive should have been an interception. Like, he got lucky. Yeah. But it in moments, the 4th and 1, the bootleg you're talking about, Mahomes doesn't get touched. The 4th down conversion where everybody's complaining that we need to bring in robots to set the line to spot balls now because the refs can't fucking do it because y'all swear that he didn't get the first down he clearly didn't get. He didn't get it.
We got to stop changing rules when y'all lose. Like, y'all change the overtime rules because everybody should get a possession. Shut up. We are not bringing – I like to change, nigga. You want the first down? Rock. Go get the first down.
Go get the first down. Make it undeniable.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, and you didn't even get the first down. The ball is clearly in his other hand.
Chris was like, it's an obvious first down. I was like, then why did they call it a first down, Chris, if it was so obvious?
Like, the ball is clearly in his other hand, stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And, you know, we're not this is crazy. We do this. We try to fit him in every show. Pause. Let's Cam Newton get that first down. But
thank you.
But, like, the we need to bring in a chip to put on the football to electronically track. Oh, he got 0.9 yards, so it's really not a first down. He got 0.875. Like, fam, first of all, shut up. Shut up. That's why I like football, because they're not going to cave to niggas like you. Yes. This is the NBA. Yes. They might. The NFL, Roger Goodell will tell you to shut up,
Shut the hell up.
Because you want to know why? Because fans like the chains. We like to see if you got that first down or not. I like when
the suspense.
I like when Tony Romo be like, "Hey, that yellow line's not real." By the way, I've been watching football 15 years. I know the yellow line not real. Still tell me. I love it.
But so 4th and 1, don't get it. 4th and 1, then on their end, you get it. Yeah. In the red zone, we capitalize. We score touchdowns. We don't settle for field goals.
Right.
When we do kick field goals, our field goal kicker don't miss.
Yep. And it's to go to a 2-possession game.
Exactly.
We're taking field goals because of this reason.
Yes.
We're not taking field goals because, oh man, it was 3rd and 8 and Josh Allen panic fumbled. So now we got to take a field goal.
Exactly. So it's just in the biggest moments, they just execute better than your team, and it's really as simple as that. So I do want to give some credit to Steve and Andy because I don't think they get enough. I don't know why Steve Spagnuolo doesn't get a head coaching offer every single year. I can't figure it out. I don't know if he rubs some owners the wrong way or what.
No,
I don't know why they just let him.
His first head coaching stop, he definitely was rubbing people the wrong way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no.
That's nice to know because I'm like, dude, I don't know why this man don't got coaches. This motherfucker's different. So, and then we get to the biggest play of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to stay on this because we're going to keep going back to this. I mean, because it's so important because first off, like the stones it takes, the cojones it takes to call a fucking cornerback blitz on 4th and 5.
Fam, he's on the line of scrimmage pressed.
With a fucking with Josh Allen, the quarterback. It's one thing if you had a statue back there, but you got Josh Allen, one of the 5 best rushing quarterbacks ever, and you call him a cornerback blitz.
Let me just paint the picture for y'all. Like, and I'm doing this off memory just to show y'all how much I love Spags. On the right side of that line, because I sent Dale the screenshot because I really wanted to see what it looks like pre and post snap. So pre snap, we're overloading left. We got the D-line shift left. Linebackers over top shift left. We got man on the backside. It looks like, all right, we're locked up on the other side. He see y'all shift, and that's a audible to if that line go, you're out. And you could see, if you listen, this is a nice Easter egg for y'all niggas watching at home who may not be like super into how defensive plays. If you watch, and you watch real close, you can see the corner like, oh, is he? You can see the corner like, oh, yeah. And right before he snap it, he go from, like, the press. He, like, loosen up a bit and he get right back in the stance. Because he knows I'm finna jump through that gap. And the Stones to not only send your corner pressed on the line of scrimmage on the short side in front of Amari Cooper, you sent the safety, too. You sent the safety on that side, too. So if they pick up the safety, you got the corner coming through. They picked up neither. They are so good situationally, and I am so tired of other teams not copying it. I am so tired of that. And like, yeah, Spags is the best, and it's designed beautifully. But, yo, I would love it more if teams stop playing so conservative at the end of games. Force people into these mistakes because few teams are just prepared for that.
Thank you, because this is the thing. Let's go to the other side of Josh's side. So Josh is sitting at the line, he's looking. And they call these simulated pressures. And the simulated pressure means you're going to bring 6, 7, 8 people up to the line of scrimmage, and the quarterback not going to know who's coming. Maybe all of them is coming. Maybe nobody going to come in. The Ravens do this damn near better than anybody.
Right.
Ravens and Chiefs do this better than anybody. It's a simulated pressure. Let me slow down, sorry. So Josh Allen is looking at this like, all right, I got a safety here. I got this corner press. I got a linebacker in the gap. I got a linebacker in another gap, and I got 4 down linemen.
Yep.
I know Spags, so I know somebody is coming with the blitz.
Yep.
But this corner is pressed and is staring Amari Cooper in his face. Yeah. So it can't be him.
And the safety's not close.
And the safety's not really that close. Yeah. So the blitz is probably coming from the left side. Yep. And so in pass protection, you always want your pass protection to go from inside out. Yep. Why? Because the person farther out has the longest way to get to the quarterback. Yep. So if you let somebody go through the middle, they're going to get there in 2 steps.
Exactly.
You bring somebody from the edge, especially if you got a tight end, so they got to go off 4 people on the line of scrimmage. It's going to take a while to get there. And then if you got Josh Allen, he can take off. He got plenty of options out of this. Like you said, Joe Brady designed a blitz and man beat, a perfect play call.
Yep.
So when Josh Allen gets up to the line, he looks, and it looks like the blitz is coming from the left. He said he got a little flustered. He looked at it the wrong way, which is why I bring back the point about 5 minutes ago. It's got to be 8 because Josh just gets too flustered. The moment has gotten too big from him.
I know you seen that clip. I know you seen the tweet from CBS, like when they zoomed in on Josh Allen on the sideline.
Yes,
you could see the moment.
The moment was just too big. Like it's a shadow over him now.
Yeah.
So he sees that blitz coming. I mean, he sees the blitz, and he's getting ready to say hut. And this is the crazy thing. If the corner, Amari, was lined out wide, they would have kept the corner in man-to-man and brought the other safety down.
Exactly, yeah.
And rotated one of the linebackers back.
Yes.
Like it was
somebody's coming.
It was something for any scenario. Like, that's why it's so crazy.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to be perfect in your execution against them, because if Josh does pick up that blitz, which RG3 said earlier, we keep talking about a drop pass and Dalton Kincaid and how sorry we feel for Josh Allen. If he does the right thing, which Lamar did against the Bills when they sent the blitz, which we've seen Josh Allen do all year against other teams, which we've seen Brady, Mahomes, Burrow, all the greats do in the big moments, pick up the blitz as you're supposed to, then McDuffie is left on an island by himself. But I trust Josh Allen to either take off to his left or to get away from McDuffie and to get a quick completion. But because he messed up the protection, he had 2 free defensive backs that were as fast as him, and it was nothing he could do. That is maniacal, like asinine play. It is just fucking ridiculous.
No, you got to be
attention to
you got to be a sick nigga. You got to be a sick nigga to do it.
Like, he's in the office in the dark on a 2x4 TV, just squinting his eyes like, what can we do?
Man,
like,
this is
just madness, Steve.
You're up 3 in the AFC Championship, Senate 7 versus Josh Allen. The
Stones.
7. The Stones.
They had 4 people in coverage.
And what's so crazy is I'm glad you mentioned the quarterbacks, and this is why I do. And I'm gonna touch my Josh Allen hate real quick, because a couple weeks ago I tried to explain to y'all that the hate is never declined; it's only deferred. I told y'all his time was coming. Everybody, listen. What can't you say? Hopping out the passenger with calendars, because your day coming, my nigga. Like, everybody day is coming, and the difference is, Josh Allen hiked that ball with 17 seconds left on the play clock. Clock not running. 12 would never do no shit like that.
What are we rushing for?
What are we like? And it's crazy. As much as I hate on Aaron Rodgers, you know what Aaron Rodgers gets in line to do? Hi, look around, just make sure anybody.
And then he do it again.
Yeah.
Yo, check. Yo.
Yeah. Hot. One more. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Listen, but you know why? You know what? You know when that doesn't happen? When you rushing. When you pressing, when you nervous,
shadow over
all of a sudden the checks that you were supposed to make, it's hard to remember, and we still got to, the ball snapped, game over. And that's how quickly it happens. And we talked a lot about how situationally elite Spags was, but I think, especially because Andy Reid is reaching real rare air where him and Belichick may have a conversation really soon, depends how long Patrick Mahomes plays, but offensively, I don't know if I've ever seen someone be as prepared as Andy Reid almost in any sport, damn near. I've never seen, even in the Chiefs' losses, situationally, they're so much better than everyone else still.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably the most frustrating part about it is, like, it's really the Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, the Kobe Shaq, Phil Jackson. It's like, man, we're so good. We finally figured out the triangle. We finally figured out what Andy wanted to do. And then Mahomes throws it around your linebacker. Like, he curves it around his body. Like, they are so good situationally, and that gives Spags that pass to be the madman he is. That is what empowers your defensive coordinator to be able to call the type of stuff he does, because the Chiefs are so good situationally where it's like, that is why they are better than everybody else. That is why people make so many mistakes versus them. That's why there's so many flags against them late in games. It's because everyone else is trying to be at this level. Exactly. You got to play at this Chiefs level for 60 minutes. They got to play at that Chiefs level for 20 games.
Because the thing is, you have to be perfect to beat them.
Literally.
And perfect brings pressure. Yep. And pressure bursts pipes.
Yep.
And y'all just don't be built for the moment.
It's just not really enough. It's not enough diamonds.
You gotta be perfect.
Yep.
You gotta be perfect.
Yep.
You gotta be perfect. And perfect brings pressure. And pressure bursts pipes.
And you talked about it gotta be 8. And I'm wondering when a team is going to realize that, oh shit, somebody's beat them in the playoffs before. I wonder how they did it. You know how the Patriots did it in 2019 when we went to Arrowhead? One of the best offenses in the league, the best quarterback ever. Came out strong for 3.5 quarters and drained the clock. We drained the clock the entire game. Defense, you know what we did? We bracketed Travis, had a spy on Patrick, bracketed Tyreek, and he just had all day back there. Fuck it. We just got to rush 3. Fuck it. We just got to. You have to be prepared to be your best for 60 minutes. And I brought up this game because Mahomes scored 24 points in 3 minutes on that defense in the fourth quarter in overtime. In 3 minutes, he scored 24 points to make that a game. So even if you're perfect, you better be perfect late. Think about that. We were up the entire game, multiple scores.
I remember watching this shit like, what the fuck is going on?
We played as good as possible, and it still took 3 straight 3rd and 10s to win the game. And it still took 3 straight 3rd and 10s on the road. And we still – that's what's so funny about the Chiefs cheese. We might have lost if that nigga just lined up on sides. If that nigga just lined up on sides, we'd probably lose the game. Like, that is the pressure you're walking into. It's like fighting Floyd.
Dog.
It's like fighting Floyd. Like,
so, question for both of us, start with you, though. Is there any hope for Buffalo going forward? Because, like, this is just like you go 0-4 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And back-to-back Super Bowls. It doesn't even seem like that should happen. Like,
I feel bad for
saying that out loud.
I feel bad for Jim Kelly. I feel bad for John. I feel
4
bad for Jim
straight?
Kelly. Yeah.
But, and then 20, 40 years, 30, 40, however many years, who cares? You get this dude, and this not even in the Super Bowl.
Nope.
You can't get out the AFC.
You can't get to the Super Bowl.
4 years in a row.
Yep.
To the same man.
Yep. The same way, too.
To the same man.
Same way.
You just keep losing.
Heartbreaker.
Like, is there any hope for Buffalo going forward? You went all-pro receiver, amazing offense, really good defense. You went okay offense, phenomenal defense. Yep. You went conservative offense, young defense. Nothing has worked. Like, is there any hope for them?
I'm going to say, listen, and I want to say this very clearly. It's no hope for them, and I really want to say this clearly so y'all understand, because halfway through the season, we're having conversations. Is Patrick Mahomes the best player? Patrick Mahomes could win the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes could lose the Super Bowl, retire, and Josh Allen will never catch him in a accomplishment. He has no peer. Josh Allen's peak, his best season, the best Josh Allen we've ever seen is Patrick Mahomes' floor. And that's why you said earlier, I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him either, because sometimes your best is not good enough. Because life is not fair. Life is not fair. Josh Allen, who has not turned the ball over in any NFC Championship game versus the Chiefs. He's 9 touchdowns. I think he's like 900 yards, 11 touchdowns, no turnovers versus the Chiefs.
Been amazing. Been
great. It's just not good enough.
Because you're not good enough in the moments.
You're just not. And it's okay, bro, because somebody got to be Big Ben. Somebody got to be Phillip Rivers. Somebody got to be the other niggas in there. And listen, we don't know, but listen, niggas won championships around Brady.
Big Ben got him a few. Eli got him a few. Aaron got him one.
Nick Foles caught him once. Mm-hmm. Listen, you can sneak in there. We're going to see if Mahomes is going to allow it, because Mahomes is allowed a couple, Mm-hmm. But, like, your best, you got to hope they're not at their best. That's what separates Mahomes from every other quarterback in the league, every other player I've ever watched other than Brady, Lamar, Josh Allen, low-key, Rodgers. Is like, if he is on, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. If he gets to tweaking, and it's crazy we talk about this in the NBA, if Mahomes gets to tweaking, it's already over, because you just can't get to that level.
So you're saying that because Josh can't reach Mahomes' level, there's no hope, despite what goes on around the organization?
As long as Josh Allen has to go through Mahomes, it'll never be hope in the AFC.
All right. So that brings me to my next question. How do you think Josh Allen is viewed? I agree with you, by the way. But how do you think Josh Allen is viewed over the next decade or so while he's still playing at the top of his game, getting all that? Well, doesn't really have any accolades, but building up, trying to get All Pros, Pro Bowls, MVP here and there. Like, what do you think his legacy is, or how he will be viewed in the next?
This is where I feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him in the micro for this game. I feel bad for him in the macro, because you will never be a better regular season player than Lamar Jackson. Doesn't matter what you do. The regular season is too hard to prepare for people. He's always going to be a better regular season quarterback than you. He's always going to have more MVPs than you. And you're never going to be a better postseason quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. So shout out to J. Cole. You're the middle child. You're never going to outsell Drake. You're never going to make an album better than Kendrick Lamar. But you're a hell of a quarterback. You're a hell of a rapper. And you know what the J. Cole fans is like, man, they're the same. They're not the same. And the difference is between rap and football is once a year we get to see that difference. Once a year, we get to see that Aston Martin and that Chrysler 300 pull up. And every year we see that difference. That's why I feel so bad he's in such a tough position, because he is improving so well. It's not like he's been stagnant. He's improving every year. He's not turning the ball over no more. He's making good decisions now. It still doesn't matter. And life isn't fair, bro. Sometimes Reggie Miller, you play Michael Jordan all through the 90s. You finally escape the East and make the finals, and it's Kobe and Shaq. You lose anyway. So it's just that's why I love sports. That's why me and Chris was arguing about Josh Allen getting cardio this year. The difference is niggas want it to be fair. I don't care if it's fair or not. I'm telling you what happened. Is it fair? He just finished the season with no MVPs, no All-Pros, no Offensive Player of the Year, no Super Bowl appearance again? No, it is not fair. But how he's viewed in history, how do you view Jim Kelly?
It is. Is it?
Is
it fair? Is it not fair?
I mean,
it just is.
That's exactly like
it just is.
That's what and that's why it's crazy because you was there for me and Chris talk about it. It's like that's what be so frustrating for me is because like yeah, that game mattered today to us. Fam, don't nobody remember. Niggas can't tell me 5 people who was on that Titans team that lost in the AFC Championship. You can't tell me 5 niggas on that team.
I don't count though.
Listen,
I'm just a nerd.
It's 5 dogs though.
Come on now.
Listen, shout out Kevin Byard. Listen, come on now. But like he did nothing this year. Yeah. He did nothing this year, and that is what's so sad for Josh Allen is like the Damian Lillard meme. Like I might just splash it up in this little TikTok. Like 7 years in the league.
I gotta go find that.
7 years in the league. 0 All-Pros, 0 MVPs, 0 Offensive Player of the Year, beard grown. Like that's it. That's literally it.
All right, I don't even have anything to add because I pretty much agree with everything he said. I still think Josh is the 3rd best quarterback in the league. 3rd or 4th is him and Joe. But
where's Jaden Dales in all this?
5. We'll get into that in just a moment. Just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. But just in case you're just now joining us, we are getting into the next half of this Kansas City Buffalo. And if you're mad that we win about 40 minutes on Kansas City or Buffalo, then fuck you, nigga. It's what did you want us to do?
And to be fair, like we keep it real light on the Chiefs during the regular season.
Yeah, very light.
Because I was the Mahomes nigga. Like
yes.
I was the Mahomes guy.
Yes.
Like,
and that's the funny part because I meant to tell you before the show because I was like, this is gonna be the first day we've talked more about the Chiefs, more than 10 minutes.
Literally,
like because we knew what it was.
They're so good.
The Chiefs were the floor is the AFC Championship. We didn't have to badger you about oh my god, they keep winning close games.
Yeah, that shit. It was like, man, Chiefs just don't score as much as they used to. Well, nobody scored 30 on them in 3 years. So
I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right.
All right. Let's get into this dynasty.
Yeah.
Let's get into all the hot topics.
Right.
We'll start with this question because you brought this up earlier, and I might disagree. I think it's gonna be funny. We kind of disagree with him. Do you really think he's better than Brady? And I'm not talking about GOAT. We know
just playing football.
Yes. Do you think he is a better quarterback than Tom Brady?
Just playing football. Yeah. And the reason why is because I've seen things no one will ever do again that Mahomes has done. I think Tom Brady's mind and accuracy, he's done things that's like super chess level genius. Like, oh my God, you got him open. Mm-hmm. But Mahomes' instincts take him to like, it's just not a stop for it because there's no one else on the field that's going to be as good as him to stop him. Mm-hmm. There's so many plays where, like, honestly speaking, if you were to sit and think, what are the best throws I've ever seen? Mahomes probably has like a handful of them, just off jump from his first 7 years. Like, I do firmly believe that is the most talented quarterback we've ever seen play the position, just because it's things Mahomes is better in real life than he is on Madden. And he's been a 99 on Madden for 5 years. It's things he does in real life you physically could not do on Madden if you tried. I've tried it. You can't do it. Like, even in the AFC Championship, he's getting to that Steph Curry point where it's like, man, if Steph Curry hit that shot, it would be everywhere. And it's funny, that's the meme for Mahomes. Like, somebody else made this throw, it'd be everywhere. We don't post Mahomes throws anymore. You peep that? They don't be on the TL.
Yeah.
Like, third and medium versus the Bills, nothing's open. He holds the ball, slides one step in the pocket, because his pocket movement's the best in the league. Throws it between the guard and the tackle. This is probably my favorite thing, and it's crazy. You used to play quarterback, so like you understand like probably how hard this is. I love when the quarterback releases the ball like waist level, and it just stays there for 50 yards.
Yes.
And it just hits him right in the pocket.
Yes.
Because it's not even
Lamar
a throw.
Does that. Lamar does that shit.
Lamar does it all the time where he'll just sidearm it and keep it right on that plane. It's a 15-yard handoff.
Lamar and Joe do it.
Yeah.
Lamar and Joe are insane at that
Where
shit.
it's just
Lamar just does it with a flick of the wrist. Like,
and it'll just stay horizontal. Don't drop it all, hit you right in the chest.
So this is funny, bro. I can't believe I'm on the other side of this. I think people need to slow down.
You think
And
so?
I get the I get it. Like I screamed for 20 minutes. Like,
Right.
I was screaming for 20 minutes. I'm gonna have to turn the audio down.
Yeah.
Because we was yelling. I swear I get it. And that's why I'm not mad at the hype, because he might three-peat, which Brady never did.
Yeah.
This dynastic run he has been on is arguably the greatest dynasty ever.
In sports.
And in sports, like not football, in sports.
Yep.
And I think football dynasties get a little bit of a nudge on the dynasty list because it's so hard to create a dynasty in
For
football.
sure.
So I completely understand everything. I don't want to take away anything from Patrick Mahomes. But do you remember what it looked like when Tom Brady had Randy Moss?
Damn, shit. Shit.
Stop.
Yep.
So give Tom Brady, Tyreek Hill, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce in his prime. And then give him Steve Spagnuolo as his defensive coordinator every single playoff game.
Yeah.
And then give him a defense that hasn't allowed 30 points in 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
Excuse me, that was wrong. They've allowed 30 points twice in 2 years.
Right, barely.
Dating back to the 2022 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The one they finna rematch.
Yeah.
Dating back to that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That game they gave up 30 points, and they've done it twice since then.
Yeah.
Like,
ridiculous.
give that to Brady.
Yeah.
Give it to Brady and watch what he does. This is the reason that people think he's better than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because you didn't understand what Tom was doing.
That's fair.
You just knew Tom was completing passes.
And somebody was always open.
Yeah. And they always got the right call at the end of the games.
Yeah.
And Adam Vinatieri was the best kicker ever.
Yep.
You weren't able, the naked football fan, naked eye football fan could not understand the tactician that Brady was.
Yes.
Mahomes is that, but he does a little flashy, flamboyant passes. And I'm saying this in a sarcastic tone, and I feel bad because it is amazing.
Yeah.
Everything he's doing is amazing.
No, I definitely agree.
But it's close. I don't want this to be like, y'all motherfuckers dumb. Like, no, absolutely not. Right. It's close. But I think people are underestimating the greatness
I definitely agree with that.
of Tom Brady, bro. Like, Tom Brady was so fucking good, bro. I watched people as a kid, from me being a middle school and me in my adult life before he retired. I watched them pick the Patriots to win the Super Bowl every year because people wouldn't pick against Tom Brady.
1,000%.
I watched Skip Bayless from 2016 to 2022 pick the Tom Brady to win the Super Bowl every year, and no one looked at him like he was crazy.
1,000%. And I think what you're saying 1,000% is true. Because, and of course, I'm a Patriots fan, Tom Brady fan. I mean, it doesn't get bigger Tom Brady fans than I am. But I think Tom Brady's best gift was so hard to understand for, like you said, the regular view.
Thank you.
It's like you don't understand why they've been losing the whole game, and then they came back and won, like just playing the same players. They just ran different plays. Like, oh no, Tom Brady's been breaking that defense for 3.5 quarters, and then he finally gave up. It's like, oh, that would happen. I think that is probably. I have him. I mean, once you get to this level, like,
it's like
they're 100, 101.
Yeah, like
they're right there. I think Mahomes' start to his career helps him so much.
Yes, for sure. Agreed.
Because he had such a faster start individually than Brady. But I think that is where the GOAT case is going to be so interesting for them once it all settles up. Because I don't think Mahomes is going to play 20 years. I think it's going to end up Mahomes is going to have 6 or 7, but played 15 years. So Brady's going to have all the career stuff. Mahomes going to have all the individual stuff. And it's going to be like, all right.
Pick your poison.
Yeah, pick your poison. What do you like? And that's why I like the GOAT case for both of them, because they are so different. Like, Brady was so good with his mind that he could dominate games forever. He was 42, had 5,000 yards, almost went to the Super Bowl. At 40, like, he was getting better. That is the crazy part. Like, if Giselle keep that family together, we don't know how long they niggas playing.
I was about to say, Tom Brady did not, the game didn't escape Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady and LeBron are going to be the first two people we retire that beat Father Time.
Yeah.
They both did.
They walked away.
LeBron is 40, averaging 20, damn near triple-double. Like, he beat Father Time.
Easy.
I don't care if at 44 he can't average 20 a game. He beat Father Time.
Once Bronny played on that court, he beat Father Time.
He won.
Literally.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that is where the GOAT case is going to end up. But I think the reason I say I think he's just better football dropped in the lap. Because like you said, give Tom Brady, of course, Spags, Andy Reid, all the amazing. But at the same time, fam, you dropped Patrick Mahomes in 2001 on the Patriots dynasty with that defense, with Bill Belichick.
But does the offensive coordinator put him in a position to execute at the level?
No, that's the thing. I don't think he does. But this is, I think, and also this is, I think, what separates Mahomes from a lot of the other superhero quarterbacks is something you said earlier is it's only two guys who's been okay managing the game until they don't have to, and it's been Mahomes and Brady. Mahomes has been, and this was my thing early on his career, was like, do you have that self-control? Are you okay taking that step back, having a defensive-led team where we don't got to air it out? And you see that where it's like, oh, yeah, this is a defensive team now. Like the year they beat the Eagles, that's a defensive team. And I think Mahomes is reserved and confident. And I really think it's confident enough to just like, oh, yeah, we can hand it to Corey Dillon 28 times. Because fuck it, we're going to hand it to Isaiah Pacheco 28 times. I think he's reserved enough to where he could survive in the, hey, we're going to pass it 15 times. Mm-hmm. But he's still so good at just the mundane stuff that he could be Tom. I think that would be my argument. And it's crazy because I'm arguing against Tom Brady, but my argument would be Mahomes can turn into Tom Brady when you need him.
But I would say that Brady can turn into Mahomes when you need him. I think people are talking about Mahomes running. Hey, bro, Brady didn't need to run.
That's a fact.
Y'all keep talking about Brady. Mahomes is running, and Brady couldn't do that. Brady won 7 Super Bowls not running.
That's a fact.
Brady won 4 MVPs not running.
Yep.
Brady threw for 9 million yards and 7 million. Yeah. Seriously though, 500 and some touchdowns, and what was it? It's like 80,000 yards.
89,000.
89,000 yards and 500 touchdowns without ever running.
Three Hall of Fame careers.
He has 3 Hall of Fame careers. Yeah. He didn't need to run.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, because Patrick Mahomes can run and Tom Brady can't, or Patrick Mahomes is scramble and Tom Brady didn't do that. That makes him no. What Tom Brady did, the way Tom Brady played football, no one has been able to replicate at the level that he has. And everybody, Mahomes is the most clutch quarterback, the most situationally gifted quarterback in the NFL. And everybody keeps saying it's Tom Brady-esque because he started that.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't nobody fuck with Tom Brady in the biggest moments. Tom Brady came back from a Super Bowl where he was down 28-3.
Tom Brady is probably the most clutch athlete I've ever seen play any sport. That includes Michael Jordan.
My nigga.
Say that again. We were down 28-3. We were down 28-3.
In the second half. This is not in the first quarter where they just went crazy.
Late third quarter. We was down 21-3 at half. 3 and out. They went and scored. Niggas like, oh yeah, it's really over now.
It's really over.
It's really over now.
And he came back and won, stayed calm and cool and collected the whole game.
2-point conversions. 2 2-point conversions too, by the way.
And this is the thing. This is how I'll end it. Yeah. And this is why I really, really think so. And I know he was young. I know he wasn't who he is right now.
Yep, here it is. Yep.
But I watched him.
Yep.
And I watched them niggas play each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched Brady get 3 3rd and 10s and go score a touchdown. Yep. And then I watched him go score another one to win the game in overtime. Yep. And I watched Mahomes not be able to overcome that monster.
Yep.
So maybe it's blissful that Mahomes and Brady didn't run into each other because it created this debate.
Yeah.
Just like it's divine intervention that Mike and Kobe and Mike and Bron.
Yeah.
And really, honestly, Prime Kobe and Prime Bron never really ran into each other.
Never got that head up,
because we get to have the conversation.
Yeah.
But we got that little young Bron and old Kobe, and we saw what was up.
Listen,
and we got that old Brady and that young Mahomes, and we saw what was up. So I can't get that image out of my head, gang.
Listen, as a Pats fan, I'm gonna always ride for Brady when it's come for that. And this, like I like that you brought it up because listen, it's only one nigga that's 2-0 versus Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. We talked about it last week. Last time we was on about fam. He just snatched every nigga chain in the AFC at least once. He just sent all you niggas to the crib at least once. CJ Stroud, welcome to the list of niggas he done sent to the crib. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, I'm pretty sure, Russell Wilson. Name a quarterback in the AFC who you think is good. Mahomes has booked his flight. Except one. It's Tom Brady.
I'm still taking time, baby. I'm still taking time. I got to see some more. I watched Tom do that shit for 22 years, dog. Like, I watched Tom Brady.
This is what I'm saying.
I wasn't one of the people hating on the Patriots. Like, I was locked in on them Sunday night games with Chris Collins.
This is what I'm saying. Because I was a Tom Brady GOAT nigga after the Seahawks Super Bowl. Because back then, coming down 10 points in the Super Bowl was like
unheard of.
We need a Mahomes what the fuck Super Bowl.
Yes.
Where he has to cape up for a game. Because he's had to cape up for moments, drives, comebacks. We need a open Super Bowl, and we're going to talk about this closer to the Super Bowl, but he's healthy this time versus the Eagles, too.
Like, when we say what the fuck, if you need a reference.
Eagles, the Falcon Super Bowl for Brady. That is it's over, don't talk about it, that's the GOAT. That was that game. Mm-hmm. That game is, listen, I watch that game almost once a month, by the way, but if you go watch that game, niggas are in the booth like, is this the greatest quarterback ever? Like, he literally leans over to the announcer and is like, that's the best quarterback ever. Like, they were in the booth like, oh, yeah, this is the GOAT. We watch it right now.
Yeah, bro.
Man, shout out Tom Brady, bro. And listen, shout out Tom Brady as an announcer. Best announcer ever, too. I mean.
All right, so we'll get into more about the 3 questions later. We did an hour on them, so. Yeah. All right. I got to ask about my guys, man.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, in your humble opinion, quick couple seconds. Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Josh Allen, who do you think is the first to win the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna say Lamar.
I am going to say Lamar, and people are like, of course you're going to say Lamar. You love Lamar Jackson. Put your 8s up. But
facts.
It's big really trust. Actually because the organization.
Yeah, I don't trust the Bengals, and I don't think Josh is good enough situationally to carry a team.
I think we've seen the story with Josh. Like, if Josh was going to do it, he would have done it by now. Yeah. Joe, I don't think they're going to pay T, and I don't think they have the defense to stop him over the next few years. And in the next 2 years, Lamar's going to get him one. I really think Lamar's going to get it done. So I think Lamar gets him first. That's not to say Josh and Joe never get one, but I think if we talk about who's going to be first, it would be Lamar Jackson.
Listen, sorry for the fans of them out there. Of those 3 names, listen what I'm saying? One of them niggas not winning the ring.
I agree.
I don't know who it's going to be. One of them is not touching the championship.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
It's going to be Josh Allen. Yeah. All right. There was another championship game.
Yeah.
But before then, I do want to touch on Mac Miller real quick. I don't know if y'all know, but we talk about music too. But Mac Miller dropped the album. If you haven't listened to it, I understand why. It is very, like, tough.
That is a sad listen, bro.
Very sad listen. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Rick's Piano. That song is so beautiful. It touched my heart.
Shout out
Bloonerism.
Go get it, bro. Go get it,
like,
for sure.
Just go touch that Mac Miller album. It was phenomenal. I love you, Mac. Rest in peace, King. All right. Commanders, Eagles.
Yeah.
Commanders, Eagles, NFC Championship. Clearly, we didn't talk about this enough. Yeah. I mean, talk about this long because the Eagles scored 55 motherfucking points.
Listen, they dropped a double stack on them niggas.
50? A double nickel?
Yeah.
Nigga went Mike on them? Like,
listen,
damn.
It's a 40 burger. They put an extra patty on that.
You feel me? You feel me?
There's an extra slice of cheese on that.
You feel me? So, the Commanders and Eagles both look great. Again, salute to the running back. Salute to Saquon. Saquon has passed Terrell Davis for the most rushing yards in a complete season, which includes the regular season and postseason. Right. So, he has passed Eric. So, if you go to the record books and see the most rushing yards in a full season, that record now belongs to Saquon Barkley.
And for my historians out there, Terrell Davis did rush for 2,000 yards and lead the Broncos to a Super Bowl that year, Super Bowl victory.
And won an MVP.
So that's one of the greatest rushing seasons ever.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think John Elway threw like 22 touchdowns that year because Terrell Davis was that good.
Yeah, he was carrying.
He was carrying. But we don't have to spend too much. I don't want to talk too much about it. 'Cause we saw what happened. Like, it was a dominant performance.
Right.
And I also
we kind of thought it was going to.
Yeah, and we kind of want to hold our Super Bowl talk to next week. So let's stay kind of with some just hot topics.
Right.
Do you think they were underrating Hurts? Do you think people have been kind of talking crazy about Jalen?
Yeah, I think the Jalen Hurts discourse is a little weird just because he kind of has that, like, is he Brock Purdy thing? But he's obviously a playmaker. That's probably the most frustrating thing is, like, the morning of the game, niggas are like, yeah, he's a game manager that can run. Well, that's not a game manager.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's a playmaker.
You feel me?
I definitely think that's where they are with Jalen Hurts. And ironically, because that's his name, the nigga keep getting hurt at the worst time.
Yeah.
Like, like, we really need you to run right now. Like, it would really help if you could run. Like, they saw you get hurt, and they started sending six. Like, could you run one time just to show them that, like, you can run? Like,
yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think the Jalen Hurts narratives have been crazy.
Yeah.
Because
somebody we know compared him to Justin Herbert.
Like, it was like the questions all week were, can you trust Jalen Hurts to win you a playoff game passing the ball
versus Jaden Daniels?
And it was like, first off, they're not going to have to pass the ball.
No.
Secondly, hasn't Jalen Hurts been to a Super Bowl? Like, am I the only person that remembers that?
No, it feels like a fever dream sometimes where he outplayed Mahomes in the Super Bowl for 3 quarters.
Like, hello?
Like, throwing the ball downfield. Like,
why do we keep asking if Jalen Hurts can get to a Super Bowl or win playoff games passing the ball when we've seen Jalen Hurts get to a Super Bowl and win playoff games passing the ball? Yeah. But we want to forget the history with Jalen Hurts.
Right.
But we keep bringing up playoff games from when Lamar Jackson was 21 years old.
Right.
I'm always going to find my way back to somebody I love.
Facts.
But
shout out Lamar.
But I really didn't understand
the
Jalen Hurts discourse. I don't understand it. Jalen Hurts has been a great situational quarterback. He has been a game manager when he needs to be, and he has been a playmaker when he needs to be. He is doing what they ask of him. They have a player that is better than everybody on their team in Saquon Barkley, so they're leaning on him.
Maybe two.
Because it's easier to lean on the run game because it's less risk handing the ball off than it is throwing the ball.
Exactly.
So if we can put up 24 points running the ball, we're going to do it that way versus putting up 24 points passing the ball.
Right.
Because we're not playing to make the media feel good about Jalen Hurts throwing for 250 yards. Because Jalen Hurts threw for 246 yards, was 20 of 28, had 3 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown, and we came out, and all y'all want to do is talk about Saquon.
Yeah. Which is crazy. I thought Hurts played probably his best game in a long time.
In a long time. He was phenomenal. He played his best game since the Steelers a couple weeks ago when he came out and was like, "Are y'all like that or whatever?"
Yeah.
He was great. Yep. So Jalen Hurts was great. The Eagles look amazing. I'm very excited for the Super Bowl because we have 2 great teams and that are peaking that have peaked at the perfect time.
I am very excited for this. This is probably the most excited I've been for a Super Bowl in a couple years.
Yeah, like for real.
Way more excited than I was for the first time in Eagles Chiefs.
Me too.
Definitely more excited last
year.
Yeah, because like you said, not only are these probably the 2 best teams in the league. The Eagles been the best team in the league for like the last 15 weeks at least. If it's not them, it's the Chiefs. But both of these teams are, I don't want to say perfect, but neither of these teams have a hole that they're going to try to exploit. Neither of these teams have like Washington, which eventually was the reason they were sent home, was Washington can't stop the run. Bills don't have wide receivers. Ravens, their coach is an idiot. It's so many things where it's like, oh yeah, well, to Eagles, but listen, next year listen, next week,
he's in the Super Bowl.
He was one before. Listen, next week, listen, I'm not gonna give you the Josh Allen the hate deferred thing. Not yet. Let's see what you say at media day. Keep it buttoned up. You know, let's just lock in. But I don't like. There's no like, man, the Eagles really need a corner. Or the Eagles need like. I was watching this game, and this big ass nigga hit Jaden Daniels. I was like, oh my god, that looked like it hurt. It was like Jordan Davis gets the sack. I'm like, I forgot they had Jordan Davis. UGA Jordan Davis. So champion Jordan Davis. Oh, he's the DT2, the Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, the Eagles roster is loaded everywhere. Everywhere you look, it's strength. Darius Slay. Yeah, he's good. We also have another corner who's just as good, who's about to take Darius Slay's spot.
Yep.
Safety, we're amazing. D-line, amazing. Our linebackers was bad last time. They're great now. They're all pros.
And they were backups at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, they were.
Which
they
leaves
are
me
so good, and above all else, as much as I don't trust Nick Sirianni, I love Vic Fangio so much.
Bro, Vic Fangio took a defense that was last in the NFL, changing no personnel, and has them the best defense in football.
Literally.
That is coaching at its motherfucking finest. That is ridiculous.
And you know what's funny? They said they weren't having enough fun in Miami with him last year. What's enough fun?
Aww.
They didn't enjoy it enough. Eagles look like they're having fun today. Eagles look like they're having a ton of fun.
Yeah, we gotta go Buffalo and play hard.
Yeah. He holds players accountable. You see what Miami looks like without him?
They coach over in the corner shivering because he cold.
Yeah.
Don't nobody
Shout out Vic Fangio, who is one of the best defensive coordinators and play callers in the league, just like Spags, just of course to a smaller extent. But we'll talk about the Super Bowl and the matchup just between them, but I think they're much more equipped to compete.
Oh, yeah, we got one. We got one. Because you said the same thing. Like, these teams, neither one of these teams have flaws.
Yep.
Neither one of these teams have shown that they'll beat themselves.
Right.
So it's really just going to be about who's going to execute better that day and whose superhero is going to superhero the most. Exactly. Will it be Mahomes or will it be Saquon? Will Saquon have two 45-yard runs that just break the Chiefs' defense open? Or will Mahomes just get the ball with 3 minutes left and not let you touch it again? Right. Like, it's just going to be about whose superhero can be the better superhero and what defensive coordinator is going to be able to come up with a better game plan.
Exactly. And I think my early, first thing to look at was whose corners are going to win. Whose corners are going to hold up. Because I think that's what's going to be, the biggest part of this game. Because if you look at the Commanders game, Terry did score, but the Eagles did a great job on the back end.
Yep.
They tackled well on the back end, which is super important in the playoffs. And they rally. Mm-hmm. They rally. That is probably going to be the biggest thing I'm going to watch. Because at the same time, listen, Trent McDuffie, you are all pro. And you just stuff Deebo Samuel in a locker. You just put Brandon Ayuk in a casket. But A.J. Brown.
That's a different motherfucker, boy.
Devontae Smith.
He went like $6.54 last time?
But light $150. Light, he only caught 7 or 8 balls. It's Devontae Smith won a Heisman.
Just in case you forgot.
Yeah. Listen, shout out Devontae Smith. Shout out Devontae Smith.
I love Devontae Smith, man.
Doesn't get enough credit. No. Probably one of the most talented wide receivers in the league. Happy being a 1B, 1A situation.
All right. Real quick, what I'm looking for, and then we'll get into Jaden Daniels and get out of here. But real quick, what I'm looking for, a quick first look, is can the Chiefs stop the run with 7 in the box? Because everybody keeps saying, and this was the silliest shit I saw all week. They was like, well, what are they going to do when the Eagles have to pass the ball because it's 8 in the box? Yeah. I'm like, do y'all think it was 6 and 7 in the box all year? Yeah, the NFC Championship is going to be the first time they see that?
Nobody has ever thought, let's bring the safety down. Nobody in the NFC was like, maybe we should stop Saquon.
So here's what I'm thinking. Yeah. And here's my I wonder how the Chiefs attack this. Because this is the thing. The Eagles, and I've noticed this, they want you to bring 8 in the box.
Yep.
Because they trust their trenches more than they trust your trenches.
Exactly.
So they believe their trenches will beat yours up before you'll beat theirs up. And then they know all Saquon needs is a crease. Yeah. And because it's 8 in the box, there's no one to stop him. Yeah. He gets past that. You're not taking him in an open field one-on-one. The safety's not doing that. Once he gets past that first safety, he's out of there because there's nobody on the back end.
Right.
So they are you're playing to their strength by keeping 8 in the box. Why I say I wonder if the Chiefs will be able to go 7 in the box and stop the run with that amazing front 7 they have led by Chris Jones is if you're able to play too high safety and then press man and shade to A.J. Brown's side and stop Saquon, you're going to force Jalen Hurts to beat you. Yeah. Now, I don't think you can stop Saquon Barkley. So I don't think that plan is going to work.
Right.
I also do think Jalen Hurts can punish you enough to make you rethink all of that, and then eventually Saquon is going to break loose. So that's why I think the Eagles are built so good is because it really is a pick your poison, and once you pick the poison, there's another poison with it.
Right.
It's like double venom.
I think
so. So that is what I'm looking for. Can the Chiefs stop the run with 7 in the box, and how does Philly adjust to that?
Perfect. And just because we're doing a preview, I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to do what I am thinking for the Chiefs. Offensively, this is why I'm so interested in the Super Bowl, because I think this might, as I just said, we need a what the fuck Super Bowl. I think this might be the first Super Bowl Mahomes really has the opportunity to tweak out.
Oh, yeah.
Because
he might have to.
I think he'll have to, and because the Eagles and Vic Fangio demand that from you. The system Vic Fangio is going to play is we going to 4 in the box. Linebackers going to play fast. We going to keep the top on the coverage, and you're going to have to either hit a super big play or you're going to have to matriculate the ball down the field. What I am interested to see, and I really didn't notice this until like midway through the third in the AFC Championship game, was like, man, you're not going man coverage versus this team. Sneakily, the Chiefs had probably a top 5 wide receiver core in the league right now. Thank God Rashee Rice isn't playing, but
if Rashee Rice was playing, this would be over.
They got, and I don't even think Marquise Brown is a great wide. I don't think he's. This is why I love football. He's not a great number 1. Excellent number 2. Xavier Word, not a good number 1. Great number 2.5. Juju Smith, not a great number 2. Awesome number 3.
3.5.
Like, and there are so many great wide receivers, and what I'm gonna look for, X factor, DeAndre Hopkins. If DeAndre Hopkins is special, the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. They are going to demand someone is going to have to be special. Usually it's Travis Kelce. Usually it's 3rd and 6. It's a Travis Kelce whip route. He catches the ball. I think the Chiefs are going to demand DeAndre Hopkins is going to make at least one special catch. I think he does.
I love that. Yeah. All right, real quick, Jaden Daniels we cannot lead the show without commending you.
LSU stand up. Shout out my nigga Bun, man.
Shout out Bun. Shout out LSU.
Yeah.
Best rookie quarterback season we have ever seen. I just wanted to throw a little jab at Ish, right pick, wrong rookie. He had a rookie quarterback going crazy this year. Just the wrong motherfucking rookie.
Listen.
So I was wrong, too, because I said a rookie quarterback can't do none of that shit.
Listen,
a rookie quarterback did all that shit.
Damn, if they just hire Kingsbury. like that's what's so crazy. That's the silver lining about this. It was like, the Commanders' defense, shit. Like,
no cap.
Like if Jaden was on the Bears, maybe I would have been fucking right. Like they might have went to the sword like that. Like, if the Commanders had an elite defense, who knows where we at?
No cap.
Yeah. But shout out Jaden Daniels. And yes, rookie QBs listen, the NFL is different now. Rookie QBs are ready now.
Let's ask a question. Yeah. Is Jaden Daniels a top 5 quarterback?
No, not yet.
Who would you have? We know who the 4. Who would you have at 5 above him?
I'm still giving Stroud the nod.
Okay.
I'm still giving Stroud the nod over him. Is there anyone I'm missing? No. Stroud's not 5. Jaden Daniels is not 5. Jalen Hurts is 5. Okay. Until I have a reason not to have Jalen Hurts 5, I got to put that nigga 5. Bro.
Okay. I'm going to put Jaden at 5, bro. I'm going to say it. And this is the thing.
Where's Drake, man?
Jalen Hurts, 7. Jalen Hurts, I just think Jalen is more talented. It's nothing else.
Fact.
It is nothing else. Yeah. And I will say, I hate doing this already, 17 games into his career, but we saw what he did with the Commanders. Yeah. And a decent. Yeah. You give him Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Devontae. That rookie might have won the Super Bowl this year.
1,000. So I definitely agree. The only reason I don't have him above Stroud and I don't have him above Hurts is because that Commander schedule was terrible too.
Great point. I will give you that. I will absolutely give you that. Yeah. But
he played
with a terrible schedule.
And you still got to play.
You still got to play. And every time he got in the fourth quarter, he won. Every time it was a close game in the fourth quarter, he won. 6 one-score wins this year. 6 wins within the final 10 seconds.
I definitely think this is probably the best rookie we've seen.
So I gotta go. I give him the nod over Stroud, and I give him the nod over Hurts. I got Stroud at 6, Hurts at 7. Okay. And who cares about the rest of them? But no one else is gonna win the Super Bowl.
Thank God Brock Purdy nowhere near this. Oh my God, what a year it's been.
What a year, bro.
Andrew Luck or Jaden Daniels?
I'm going Jaden, bro. I'm going Jaden. I know everybody talks about how bad that Colts team was and this, that, and
I don't know. Andrew Luck was a ticker. I don't know.
Andrew Luck is crazy. Yeah. Andrew Luck is not the wrong answer. Like, it's no wrong answer in this.
RG3 or Jaden?
Pink sleeve, RG3. Fuck it.
Okay, yeah. Aura RG3.
Fuck it. Yeah. So, and then my last question to you was Jaden Daniels, and we're obviously taking the top 4 out of this.
Right.
Jaden, for the next 10 years, Jaden Daniels are the field.
Oh, give me the field. Give me the field.
Really?
Yeah, give me the field. Any? Oh, yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah, give me the field. Oh, yeah, give me the field. It's a couple quarterbacks that are like, I feel like could be in that Josh Allen, like.
Give them to me.
Ben Johnson just got hired for the Bears.
Okay.
I'm still buying the Caleb's talk. Listen, Ben Johnson.
That's one.
You said 10 years?
Mm-hmm. Caleb.
Shador Sanders.
Okay.
Drake May.
Okay, Drake May.
Yeah, I think
And you said Stroud, so I'll give you Stroud.
Okay, Stroud. I feel like I'm missing mine in the AFC.
I don't think you are.
Am I missing mine in the AFC?
That boy Jaden nice.
Yeah, I think that's
all
it.
right. So he said over the next 10, he would go with the field, and mainly in the field, he's going Caleb, Stroud, Shador, and Drake May.
Right.
Which I respect. I don't disagree with necessarily.
Yeah.
But give me Jaden over the field, boy. Give me Jaden over the field. And part of it,
I forgot who I just remembered. I'm not counting Penix out.
Hey,
I am not counting Penix out.
Me either.
Yeah.
Me either. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that one. But I am going to take Jaden, and here's a few reasons why. I've never seen a rookie quarterback that poised. I know he's 29 years old already. I'm just playing. I know he's 24 years old already, but I've never seen a rookie quarterback this poised. He played in the NFC Championship game. The team had 4 turnovers, and he had one of them at the end of the game where he was trying to make a play. He really didn't have a turnover. His team lost in the game.
He scored to make the game 14-12. He got the ball back down 2 scores.
It was 27-12 when he got the ball.
Yeah.
So it's not on him. He didn't lose him that game. Yeah. I would have liked to see that game be close in the fourth quarter to see how he can overcome that. Yep. He is accurate. He is poised. He has one of the best deep balls in the league already. And quiet as kept, he is the second best rushing quarterback in the league already. We ain't got to see it yet because they didn't want to put him in harm's way too much as a rookie. But that boy is different.
That's crazy. That's why I don't have them with them, because I don't think they can run him.
Okay.
I
said the same thing about Lamar skinny ass.
No, but that's it. And remember, I texted you. Lamar's so much faster than niggas. Like, I understand how
Lamar is different, bro.
Like, Jaden takes a lot of hits because he took a lot of hits at LSU. I remember I said that video. That's why
yeah.
I've always been like worried about him long term because he gets hit hard.
He did.
And I think that discourages them from running him as much as they would.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely that nigga put on 10 pounds of muscle. Like, we for sure will revisit this topic.
And I just want to, as we end the show, give a hand clap to the NFL. Because, like,
best show on TV.
Best show on TV.
Yep.
And listen to this. We just named all of them. I'm going to say them in an order so y'all can understand what we got for the next 10 to 15 years. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, Drake May, Michael Penix.
Yep.
That's Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts.
Jordan Love.
Yep. That's 13 crazy quarterbacks.
Quiet as kept. Bryce Young had a really good end of that season.
Bryce Young ended his. That's 14 quarterbacks that we looking at like, them boys some dogs.
Yeah.
So the NFL is in incredible hands. It's a quarterback-driven league, and we got 14. And like I said earlier, I'm not selling my stock on Trevor Lawrence, and I'm not selling my stock on Anthony Richardson. So there might be 2 more.
Bro.
And one more. Yeah. I'm not selling my stock on Justin Fields either.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't selling my stock on him either.
1,000%. And this is just a quick hit at the end of the game. If Justin Fields was the quarterback for the Steelers, I think they would have made it farther. 1,000%.
Shit. Might have. I all year I said that he just makes the offense dynamic.
Exactly. Like, the Steelers' offense is so weak.
It's so bland. Yeah. Like, it was like, at least with him, you had a threat of a quarterback taking the 60 yards.
Unless George Pickens catches an 80-yard pass, they're not scoring explosively.
And lastly, might be the most important thing I say this show.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of conversation about on Twitter. First off, y'all know how we feel about black quarterbacks. We champion them. That's why we love Lamar so much. And we champion all of the ones that come in throughout the league. Mm-hmm. Hey, look, brother. I've seen a lot of conversation online about, is Patrick Mahomes black? It's 2 black quarterbacks in the NFL. And y'all like, we ain't claiming Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. Motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. We
are. Nigga finna three-peat.
Crazy.
That nigga is black.
That nigga. Mahomes is a black dude.
The first quarterback, the 3-peat, is a black quarterback? Yeah. Patrick Mahomes black, bro. You ain't taking that away from us.
Listen, I'm glad.
We let him have Drake. We let him have Drake. They ain't taking Patrick Mahomes from us, dude.
Listen. We be here because we didn't even talk about this before the show. Patrick Mahomes is black. First of all, stop the press and stop the count. Look at that nigga dad. I would have cut y'all some more slack if his dad was like kind of black.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga is nigga. That nigga is black. And you know what? This is a cherry on top. I would act the exact same way if my son was Patrick Mahomes.
Hello.
They be like, why is dad tweaking out like that? Could you imagine?
My son signed for $500, bitch.
Yeah.
What the fuck you mean?
Just fuck the money from my loins. This nigga is the best football player ever. Like, I would be sauced the entire day.
Fuck
what?
Fuck you.
You know what it must feel like walking around Kansas City as Patrick Mahomes Sr.?
No.
Like, you know crazy. Like, that shit is, it's like, and he was a professional athlete before. Like, he was already living a good life. And then his son is just, oh, yeah, he's the best football player of the – if it's not him, it's Tom Brady.
And I'll end it like I said. Appreciate greatness.
Yeah.
Appreciate greatness.
Yeah.
We are the show about nothing. That is Ish. I am Rock. This is episode 103. You can love us. You can hate us. Just help pay us.